coffee in the big time, yeah. Oh, yeah! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Alright, Jake, get ready for the clap sync. You ready? Alright.
Okay.
3,
Yes.
2, 1. Doesn't exactly help when it's off sync, you idiot.
Well,
Alright, start it again. Alright, on the...
You did that one. Is it one go, or is it just one?
when I go to 1, that's when the clap happens, okay?
Hi. No, I'm in a podcast. Yes, in a podcast. Don't worry, it didn't start yet. Please leave.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
Yes.
On 1. 3, 2, 1. Fuck it, I'll fix it in post. Who fucking cares anymore?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I think you should do go.
Alright.
Matter of fact, let me do it. Let me do it.
Cognitive, please help me. Okay.
Alright. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready. It's just me and you.
This is on. Oh no, I'm not doing the clap. I'm mediating this for y'all.
That's fine. Perfect.
Okay.
Alright. This is on go.
Okay.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Y'all are horrible. I mean, I guess that was okay.
Alright. Fuck it. Fix it in post. Alright. Let me do the intro. God damn it. Tip of the elbow to you all. It is September 23rd, 2017 for this frustratingly never-ending intro segment for what is the wrestling podcast, the cream of the crop. Welcome to Lariat, Latte. I am your host, your quintessential stud muffin DJ, joined by people this time. Hopefully, from now on, the ever-present Baron Bamboozler, Jake.
Yes. Hi, how's it going?
The babyface to swoon the masses from parts unknown via satellite, Broku.
Thank you.
And our guest today, if you'd like to introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? You can call me Cognitive, the man who is going to take over the rap game for your personal enjoyment.
Holy shit!
You can check out.
You just did a.
You can check out my SoundCloud, officially Cognitive, or my YouTube channel, officially Cognitive. And it's nice to meet you all. I'm glad to be here.
I don't know if any of those things are actually real.
Those are all real, I promise.
Oh, it's real.
It's damn real.
You did one hell of a "Hey YouTube" intro there.
Yeah, I had to like actually channel that.
What is going on, guys? Today we're gonna be reacting to a sweet new video.
That was some up, down shit.
Yeah, that was some up, down shit.
Alright, so I actually do have some this day in wrestling stuff for you guys.
Well, Jake, could you tell us what today's esoteric wrestling fact is about the number 2?
Well, I mean today. Oh, number 2.
Yes. An esoteric fact about wrestling involving.
I thought we were doing the date, not the number 2 or whatever.
Fuck it. Today in wrestling. Today in wrestling. Today.
Let's see.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven 2001, where Kurt Angle beat Steve Austin for the WWF Heavyweight title.
It's a pretty good one. Was that a house
Oh, that
show?
was a beautiful match.
No, it was the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Christian
because every
Edge.
year 23rd is not just always not a weekend.
Yeah.
This is great.
Every
We're just
7 years.
changing segments on the fucking fly because we're so prepared. For fuck's sake.
Let's see. I guess today would be the 18th anniversary of Hiroshi Tanahashi wrestling. His
Really?
match. Yeah, it says here that. Well, it says here that 8 years ago was his 10th anniversary. So I guess technically that means that today is his 18th anniversary.
Well, happy 18th anniversary.
Happy 18th anniversary.
Yeah, it's-
Probably popular Japanese wrestler that.
Yeah, one who will
Hiroshi
probably never
Tanahashi's one
hear
of the
us
greatest
with that.
wrestlers of all time.
There it is, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So great that an asshole like me never heard of him. And that's the heel remark of the. Oh, shut up. Just go. Oh wait, no, I
What
can't
else can I
shut up.
tell-
I'm the
Oh,
one that runs
oh.
this fucking thing.
Also, today is Kairi Hojo's 29th birthday.
Kairi Hojo.
Happy birthday!
We going
Oh,
Hojo!
and it's also
Hojo
Matt
for
Hardy.
Kairi Hojo.
It's also Matt Hardy's 43rd birthday.
God, he's old.
He's getting up there. He's not as old as others, but he's getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not as old as
Getting up
others,
there.
but
Definitely showed.
he's marvelously old.
Definitely showed last week when he fucking tripped on the turnbuckle.
Oh yeah,
That was-
definitely.
Oh, and also, I guess for the champion update, the current world champions that matter are Brock Lesnar, Jinder Mahal, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Kazuchika Okada.
What about the GFW title? Doesn't that matter?
Oh, that's Eli Drake.
Yeah. But it's okay that you left them out because it doesn't matter. Nothing from that company matters. But we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah, and
We'll get to that.
True.
the Global Honored Crown's current champion is Eddie Edwards.
Whatever the fuck that is, honestly.
The Global Honored Crown is the world championship for Pro Wrestling Noah. See, in Japan, they actually come up with cool names for their titles, like the International Wrestling Grand Prix, the Triple
You
Crown,
did tell me that
and the
one.
Global Honored Crown.
Those are really fucking fantastic names.
And then there's just the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I still like
The
it.
Universal Championship.
That still sucks.
Oh, and don't forget Universal.
That still sucks.
Yeah, I was not happy to learn of that title.
So Jake,
It's just a dumb one. Yes, that's me.
It's as dumb as it looks, honestly.
yeah, how was your week?
It's okay. I've been working, going to school, watching stupid fucking anime.
Like what?
Tokyo Neo Yokio.
Yeah, you tell me about that new anime on Netflix.
It's fucking great. It's so fucking bad. I love
It's
it.
like the second coming of Nintendo's Cabo Mikey.
I mean, it's better than Captain Mikey.
Whoa. Okay, maybe. Probably. I can't admit that yet.
Anything that we haven't? Did you watch any wrestling things that are on the docket this week?
I was supposed to watch was it Ring of Honor yesterday?
Well, that
but,
was going to be on the
couldn't.
docket if you did watch it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't watched it yet because I had to wake up at 4 in the morning.
But I watched it.
Ooh. So we can get well, if anything, we'll save it for we'll do a review of it next week on the podcast.
That's
damn.
So
fine.
that's it.
Yeah, so far.
Well, the week's pretty much over. Well, save for numbers tomorrow. Cognitive, how was yours?
Pretty good. I actually worked on a new song this morning. Never got to finish it because I ended up playing Horizon, which is a great game if you haven't played it. I know that's really off topic.
No. It's
But-
weeks or whatever is whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Working on new music. Just working, living life. Didn't expect to be on this podcast at all today. This is very spontaneous. I love it.
No, if you want to be on the
That's
more,
just
it's
the
like, I
kind of
don't care. It's
people
like,
we
as
know.
long as you know what the fuck you're talking about in terms of wrestling, or if you don't know what you're talking about, because half the time you could see that this is a never-ending train wreck.
I mean, as I was explaining Two, this is mainly a WWE thing, which I'm into, so that works for me.
Well, we'll have the indie talks from Jake and.
I mean, indie talks. Yeah, I probably can hold
on. And Broku's got the Japanese take for us, the sake.
Definitely.
On the show.
I mean, sake is alcohol.
Yes.
It is.
It's not coffee.
Well, it's a Japanese drink that I
Speaking of alcohol. Special occasion for this podcast. I'm gonna get drunk while we do this.
All right.
Oh, wonderful. This never goes well.
Adding another toxin to the body.
Crossfaded.
Yep.
Tell me how a real
They don't fight you standing
talk
up.
about illegal things in this podcast.
What the fuck is in the background?
Diamond was the closest
People.
I've seen. Diamond, when she had Raven's hair like this, she actually pulled her arm
Can
back.
You shut him up?
From down, she threw it down to her.
Oh no, I went out to the kitchen. That's why.
That's why.
I'm going back to my room now.
Broku, how was your week?
Wow, mostly play Final Fantasy.
Mike, mute your fucking mic!
Hey, don't you dare tell him what to do.
I had to use his cape.
I'm sorry.
I had to use his cape name because it's like
the Doritos were calling, and I.
Yeah, I can respect that.
They're gone now. They're gone now. I promise.
Run to the Cheetos.
You don't have to be worried ever again.
Bro, how the
They're
fuck
gone
was your
forever.
week so we don't have this drag on forever? For fuck's sake.
Okay. All I did was play Final Fantasy 14.
There it is.
That was it.
Alright.
You don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Yes, Jake, my week was very great
How
too.
was your week,
yes.
sir?
So before we did the podcast, and just during the week, spontaneous in general, I've been watching a little bit more of Bobby Heenan because last week, Bobby Heenan.
He passed away.
He passed away.
Rest in peace.
So
Bobby Heenan.
I talked about how, like, when I was growing up,
brain.
like, I didn't really have much viewing of like Bobby Heenan stuff. The most I really saw was like him on Nitro and that gimmick Royal Rumble from WrestleMania 17. So I watched a little bit of best ofs from like his time with like Prime Time with like Gorilla Monsoon, and the one that a lot of people like really go to for like some of his best commentary is the 1992 Royal Rumble, where he went on and on about this isn't fair to Flair kind of thing.
Well, you also he had one of his greatest calls of all time was during the betrayal of Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, see, one without the other isn't as good. He just kicks.
He called him a coward when he jumped through the window.
He's a coward. He was jumping through the window to escape.
I mean, everybody knows that call.
Very quick-witted. And there's a cringe-worthy thing that involves Bobby Heenan, but we'll get to that when we go in Raw.
Oh boy.
I didn't watch any more of Goldust because
Raw dog in it.
as I talked about last week on the podcast by myself, I'm doing the little thing where I'm going through all of Dustin Rhodes' career, starting from when he was the Natural in WCW to his
Natural
to him now in WWE. And I didn't watch any more. I still am at his feud with Val Venus in 1998 or 1997. One of the two.
You ever notice that Val Venus's name rhymes with penis? Get it?
It does.
It's almost like some asshole wrote it for him. Who likes to put words in that sound different from each other? What's his name?
Who could that asshole be?
It's Vince Russo. He always does shit like that.
I was just making sure you were referencing Russo.
Like the tag team in TNA. That's called VKM.
He also had a tag team called Sex.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
I didn't know that.
Vince Russo is a very intelligent comedian. You have to his comedy is layered. You have to peel each onion. It gets more and more painful as you peel it.
He's not very good.
Yes, no, not at all. It's like
Vince Russo is kind of an asshole.
Goldust even had that treatment because when he first broke up with Marlena, he had the words tattooed on his face, F you. But it didn't stand for fuck you. It stood for forever unchanged. Yeah. Layers.
Deep.
Layers.
Deep.
Only gets worse. Only gets worse. The layer starts off where it's WWE and he's in the creative bubble with Vince McMahon. You peel it back as he goes down, but then he goes to WCW. Get that rotten part there. It's starting to rot. Then you go to TNA, and you're weeping. Because that's when the layer gets incredibly painful.
Almost like the fact that we still haven't continued with the podcast.
Right?
We're talking about fucking...
We're talking about wrestling. We're talking about wrestling.
Well, I was saying we are still talking about wrestling.
And I'm still on my week, sir. Okay. I gave you your chance to go about your week. It's not my fault you didn't do anything very entertaining, sir.
I'm always entertaining, miss.
Off topic of wrestling, I also have been playing video games. I've been going through Chrono Trigger for the first time. There's a reason why that RPG and game in general is touted as being one of the best games ever made. And I'm glad that that's the first RPG that I'm playing, so I could be incredibly disappointed by any others that come after it. Because that's the best, and it can only go downhill from here.
The bar.
The bar.
Well, they're saying that Persona 5 is one of the best of all time as well.
Oh, that's true. Persona.
Honestly, now that I finally played Horizon, I can't say Persona is better than Horizon. Even though you can't really compare the two for the styles of games they are, I like Horizon so much more. The story for Persona was great, gameplay was great, music absolutely amazing. But I was never as engaged in Persona as I am in Horizon right now.
Well, I mean, that's the difference between Western games.
Well, actually, never mind. Persona legit made me shed tears at the end. Like, I was actually leaving friends. Persona was game of the year. I take back what I said. I forgot the emotions that game put me through.
See? Alright, so let's start the week.
Yes.
This week in wrestling.
It is time, gentlemen, for us to go in Raw.
Now get the cards, the charts from my generation. I'll take the come on, let's get it on. Move to the music, play that fucking music. Move it to the music.
So obviously this is the Go Home Raw for No Mercy, which is next week or tomorrow.
September 18th, 2017, live from San Jose, California, in the SAP Center. It is Monday Night Raw. Starting off the show with a little bit of a little rest in peace, Bobby the Brain Heenan
Homage.
I was very disappointed that they didn't do a twirling of the bell.
Yeah.
I feel like, because they don't do it for everybody. I understand that. Don't do it for everybody. But I think Bobby Heenan deserved that. And he's...
You also have to consider... Well, I mean, I was going to say Vince is injured. But I mean, they also stopped that one storyline for Chris Benoit dying, so...
Yeah, and it's breaking kayfabe anyway. You could, for 5 minutes, maybe not even 5 minutes, for a couple of minutes of a moment of silence, they're up on the ramp real quick. They show the tears, and then they're tolling the bell, and then the crowd goes, "Thank you, Heenan." So, I mean, they could have done it. Even without Vince McMahon, they could have done it. Triple H could have been out front and center, honestly.
Nah, he was too busy in Gorilla.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they at the very least throughout the show, it's not really much, but they had the little Twitter slide reel of all the things that people said about him on Twitter. And they also made...
they did a little thing later on.
Yeah, well, we'll get to those great segments later on. But we start off the show with Kurt Angle coming down to the ring to hype up No Mercy. And to hype up the WrestleMania's coming Sunday, guys. You get to see Roman Reigns and John Cena early. Because John Cena may not be at WrestleMania for all we know about his tight new movie schedule. The fucking hypocrite.
I'll be completely honest. I mean, they're not lying when they're saying that No Mercy, basically, the two big matches in No Mercy.
The two big matches that No Mercy you cut off there.
Are WrestleMania worthy.
No, they are.
Cena versus Roman is definitely something that should have been at Mania. And Brock versus Braun, maybe less so, but I mean, it is a world title match.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they definitely are, like, really, really big matches that are definitely WrestleMania worthy. Like, honestly, I'm looking at the card for No Mercy, and the card's but there's some there's a few decent matches for No Mercy. I mean, the women's match is a little but we get more into that. So Kurt Angle's in the ring.
Well, you mean the Fatal Five-Way?
The Fatal Five-Way. Why is it a Fatal Five-Way? So Kurt Angle...
We'll explain that later.
So Kurt Angle's in the ring. He's talking about, hyping up the show. But all of a sudden, The Miz comes down to interrupt Kurt Angle. And gives him shit about not having another Intercontinental match for the third pay-per-view in a row. Which, I agree with him. He should have a match instead of the crap that they usually have on their shows.
But he's also going off, they're really working the fatherhood angle.
Yeah.
How Miz is going to be a better father than Kurt ever was, and that Jason Jordan's getting a lot of special treatment because he's Kurt Angle's father. I mean, which is true in and out of kayfabe. I mean, obviously he's not actually related to Kurt Angle.
What are you talking about?
But
he had BCLE sex with many women of the interracial variety.
The point being here is that it's being, in kayfabe, he is pushing his son because that's what he wants to do, because he feels like he has to make up to his son somehow. But, obviously, out of kayfabe, they did it because they wanted to push him. Yeah. But it really is something that you would have expected from, like, the Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh, yeah, like 100%. Like, even when I first heard the angle, it's like, okay, so we're going back to these good old days. Okay. But
Edge and Christian are brothers.
I'm happy that they're finally doing something with it, because there was a very long time that they announced it, then nothing happened.
But then it was like...
with Jason Jordan, and now they're doing something. So I don't know why they did it, then waited, and then started giving him these... kickoff matches to start off Raws, which are great kickoff matches, to be honest.
Yeah, also, props to him. Yeah, he's actually he's wrestling really well. His matches against Roman.
Like, from day one when I saw him with American Alpha, like, he's really good.
I miss American Alpha.
I do too.
There's American Alpha 2.0 now.
But the thing is, Sheldon. As much as I love Shelton Benjamin, I don't care. Like, I actually don't.
Oh, my boy! Oh, you just broke my heart.
Like, as much as I love the idea, like, when I first heard that this was going to be a thing, I'm like, okay, I'm absolutely happy this is happening.
And
then I just wasn't.
And Shelton Benjamin would say, is it because he's black?
What? No, it's more.
I mean, Jason Jordan's black, or at least now.
No, I agree, though.
It's probably more the fact that he's 40 years old and he's obviously not
but it might be the fact that he's not the same Shelton Benjamin he was.
Well, let's hold off now, because...
It's kind of like the Dudleys and a little bit of the Hardys, too.
Yeah, but let's hold off there, because he's only been back for about 3 weeks now. And he had a match last week on SmackDown, which was decent against the Hype Bros. It was decent. It's not American Alpha level, but he's just returned, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he really hasn't had much time to showcase what he's made of yet. So,
I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt in that case, but the sense I'm looking at it is American Alpha could have been one of the best tag teams.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I won't say like in WWE history, but could have been one of the best tag teams in WWE today.
Could have been.
Yeah, but they aren't doing anything with them. They weren't doing anything.
Yeah, I must say they weren't doing anything with them, which you can blame on the booking, not on them. The thing about Shelton Benjamin is he's nearing the end of his career.
Right.
And
so give him another tag run.
I mean, I expect him to have a singles run.
Do you think with the I was about to say I expect him to have a singles run too, but even if he didn't and he stuck with this tag team, do you think that they have enough time left in Shelton Benjamin's career to cement themselves as one of the best teams in WWE history? Because I don't.
No. Because it's just
this is just a little one-off thing.
It's just like all the other veterans, and it's even happening with the Hardy Boys right now. It's like all the other veterans that come in. They first come, and Shelton Benjamin didn't even get this treatment really. He's kind of been a side note at the moment. But it's like all the other veterans that come
there was a point.
They're hype at the beginning, and then the hype dies down. And it happened for the Hardys because remember the Hardys were in the title scene. They got the titles at WrestleMania. Then they were in 2 or 3 pay-per-views against Sheamus and Cesaro, who beat them for the title. And now,
but Jeff's also hurt.
Well, yeah, that too.
Wait, what?
And plus, they want to do the angle with Matt, but they're still having all of that fucking hubbub.
Yeah, but Jeff's
part of me feels like that legal battle isn't happening. I feel like that ended a long time ago, and WWE probably has it, and they're very tight.
Wasn't there a vignette with Matt Hardy that says that? Because he said,
"Yeah, the give me your energy."
No.
Except
but what do you call
it's not
himself?
broken Matt Hardy. It's woken
Matt Hardy. That's what it was. Woken Hardy.
Get it?
Which I hate because woken's not a fucking word. It's not. It annoys my soul. But other than that, I'm glad to finally see this gimmick coming, even though it's like not broken and it's woken. I guess I can get over that one word.
Well, they haven't even done anything.
I don't see the character.
They said it and then nothing's happened.
That's because they're waiting on it. I was about to say, I know they're about to, especially with Jeff being out now. In case you don't know, Jeff's shoulder, he's gonna require surgery.
Well, yeah, but he's still kind of wrestling. But
I know, but like they just announced today that he's going to need surgery on his shoulder, so he's probably not about to be wrestling.
So going back to
separated shoulder.
So going back to the main, so yes, Miz comes out. And he's like, "Why don't I have a title match?" And he's like, "Well, I was just gonna get to that, Miz. You will have a Intercontinental title match at No Mercy for once, and it'll be determined in a #1 contenders match between the Hardys, Elias, Jace, and Jason Jordan,
which I've been really happy with as of late.
Miz takes very much offense to this because, as we've said, Jason Jordan is being put into the match, and Kurt Angle is his father. He calls Kurt a deadbeat and says that his son doesn't deserve to be handed a #1 contenders match, and his boys, the Miztourage, should be in that match because they've been bigger stars than Jason Jordan has. Miz then adds,
hold on.
Go ahead.
He says that, but there's obviously a reason, and they kind of touch on it later on. It's because through the Miz's eyes, the people in the match are a young up-and-coming wrestler who's athletic and strong.
Jason Jordan.
A nothing who plays the guitar.
Elias.
2 old men.
The Hardys.
And then eventually, because the match turned into a 6-pack challenge,
which I was gonna get to.
his two lackeys.
Right,
so obviously he's so anti Jason Jordan because Jason Jordan's the only legitimate threat in the match. No offense to the Hardys.
I don't know, because like you could argue Jeff almost won that Intercontinental title.
Let me get through the notes, and then at the end of the segment, like we can give the notes. I should have added that. That's how it should have went. Miz goes on about he's going to be a better champion than Kurt Angle was a father, and Jordan comes out in a huff puff. Which, by the way, can I add that Jason Jordan has very shitty emotional facials because he looks like he's holding in a grin.
He's just happy to be there. He's just happy to be there.
Jordan,
like Rocky Maivia.
Jordan comes.
They might as well have just made him the Rock's son. No, that wouldn't.
Well, no,
that would have been great,
I said
but
this.
it only would have worked if the Rock was
I said
around.
this because we
Rock wasn't 40.
We had the whole thing about Gable should have been Kurt Angle's son, but I said like Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan have the same type of head. And if you ever wanted to make anyone Chad Gable's father, it should be Charlie Haas because they just look like the same person.
For a while, I actually thought he was Charlie Haas's son. When I first saw him.
How old is The Rock?
Find out while I go through this. So Jordan comes out in his
The
dad's
Rock.
defense and asks Kurt to put Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in the match so Miz doesn't have any excuses when he claims the victory and beats Miz at No Mercy for the Intercontinental title. Miz calls Jordan an idiot for willingly adding more competitors into the match and says he's more incompetent than his own father. Jordan takes offense to this with his awful mad-looking faces and the half grin on his face and explodes on the Miz and his Miztourage by tackling Miz down and throwing Dallas and Axel out of the ring. Jordan is...
Yeah, it could have worked with The Rock. The Rock is 45, so they could have said, "Oh, he had a kid." Well, Kurt is 48.
Want another person with who's related to The Rock in WWE.
Well,
he didn't go. Roman.
They do that a bunch. It's like they like to always tell you that Nia Jax has a
so
relationship with The Rock. They always say that Roman Reigns has a
what would have been bad with them saying that Jason? I mean,
because
it's
not true, and it's just another name to add on the Samoan list, and it's kind of getting old for Nia and Roman Reigns at this point, honestly.
Yeah, that and I think it's a lot better of an idea to give Jason Jordan the angle slam,
which he actually does kind of do in the match. They don't call it.
Well, kind
they
of.
don't call it. Yeah, he does like an angle slam into like a neck breaker or something.
A neck breaker.
Yeah, but we'll get to that when we go into the match. Decent promo. I mean, just like I said, Jason Jordan just has very shitty facials, and he needs to work on those a little bit.
Yeah, but he's definitely got the in ring
potential.
work.
Like in ring, like he's great, but like he just kind of needs to step up his game a little bit when it comes to promos and stuff like that. But he'll get there. He's still green with it, but he'll definitely.
Yeah,
get there.
he's young.
He's
only 28.
Yeah. Jordan talks to his dad in the back, saying that he's sick of the whispers and the looks that he gets in the back from being the GM's son. And he says that they stop tonight when he beats down The Miz after winning the six-pack challenge and going to No Mercy to beat him down. So the first matchup for tonight. Also, by the way, I don't know if any of you other guys were able to see the 3-hour Raw. I was only able to see the condensed version on Hulu.
I did too. There was just a few throwaway matches.
Yeah.
I missed like the entire second half of Raw.
Yeah, there was like I know there was stuff with like Goldust, but I don't feel like I should cover it if I didn't watch it. It was great. The Goldust was back on Raw like last week. Like I was.
No, he jobbed though.
Yeah, but like he was on. He jobbed out. Yeah, but he was on Raw.
Well, was it really Goldust? He said he. I think.
Yeah, that was Dustin Rhodes.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a whole thing that he came as like Dustin Rhodes, and yeah. Well, that's because they.
But still wore his Goldust outfit.
Because Bray Wyatt did the whole thing last week of like, I thought you were cool, man. You're just wearing your makeup to hide the shame of you, just like Finn Balor hides behind his demon makeup because he just wiped his face after.
Bray Wyatt can fucking.
That was a somewhat decent impersonation. But yeah, Bray Wyatt was like one of my favorites. And I am so
he's the eater of jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
There really is
the
no
eater of
saving
pins. Bray Wyatt.
There is no saving him at this point. Like I feel like when they had him on SmackDown right before that draft, that was perfect. Like he was finally where he needed to be. Then they ruined him again, and honestly, at this point, I don't think there is any.
Well, because Randy Orton came out with a hoodie. He's like, "Can I be a part of your team?"
And then they had that stupid fucking match.
But then that whole angle was great, but the fact that it all culminated to that House of Horrors was one of the worst. Like that was the moment where I was like, "Why?"
Well, that match was shit, but it was hilarious to watch. We watched.
It was very it was lovably horrible.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you went into that match seriously, then you were going in.
I mean, I went into it seriously. But it quickly changed when I saw what it was. And I'm like, I mean, I think it's just their kind of thing to try to get at the broken hearties.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were desperately trying to catch that lightning.
Well, they were trying to do that with when the New Day did that whole we're going into their yard. Yeah.
I was actually at Raw when they did that, and I felt so robbed because one, my seats were on the side where I couldn't really see the screen well, and two, Yeah, and like 2, all I wanted to see was the New Day, and I didn't know that this would be the case. So I'm like, oh my god, they're not even here. I can't even really see the screen. It's probably actually okay.
Oh man!
And then I watched it later, and I was like, I do feel like I wasted my money. And that was when I learned that paying for tickets.
I had those exact same seats at a pay-per-view.
Oh, so I could go to Hell in a Cell, but I don't want to because I feel like the view will be horrible no matter what I do.
Don't you want to see all the edgelord graphics complete with flaming skulls?
Not for the price of the charge. No, I don't. I do want. I want to see now. Oh my god!
We will get to SmackDown. We will get to SmackDown.
Yeah, I was about to say we'll get to
Nakamura
SmackDown.
live.
So
I've seen Nakamura live. Holy shit!
Oh god, I need to.
So the first match that we probably on the show in general, but the first match that we watched was Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss.
Non-title.
Well,
make sure.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss plays the crowd heel game of cat and mouse for the first part of the match. There was a great spot where Alexa was like saying it with her chest, and then Nia immediately stepped to her, but she immediately like just goes on the apron as Nia Jax.
That's because Alexa Bliss is just a cute little puppy.
Oh, she's great
really.
though. For the coward heel stuff, like her stuff.
Oh no, great. she's amazing. Alexa Bliss is actually my favorite woman on Raw at the moment.
If I can be honest, there are only 5 women on TV right now that I actually enjoy.
You mean like in WWE or like on TV?
Yeah,
period.
I'm talking about like WWE TV, not including NXT. And those women are Sasha, Nia Jax, Alexa, somewhat Charlotte, and Tamina Snuka.
Yeah.
I agree with everything but Tamina. I'm not sold on her.
Tamina.
Like, I'm happy that Tamina's finally I'm happy she's getting her chance, but I don't care too much for Tamina yet.
My whole thing about Tamina is she's Lady Diesel, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That.
Yeah.
Wait, they actually called her that?
No.
Well, AJ Lee called her that when they did the whole thing where she and AJ were like bodyguard and champion.
Oh, they actually called her that. I didn't know they actually
called her that. Like on TV or was it like a shoot?
AJ used to refer to her as Lady Diesel in tweets.
Oh. I mean, you could argue that those were shoots, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff that they have to tweet has to go through the higher ups first.
Not necessarily. They could be tweeted out first, and then the higher-ups realize it. There's a lot of tweets and deletes when it comes to wrestlers.
That is true.
Lots of tweets and deletes. All right.
Like Ryback.
Yes. Alexa grabs Nia from behind as Nia swings her around. As Bliss flails around as she hangs on for dear life, Nia flings her off. Alexa uses the ref as a shield before crossing around him, trying to land a cheap shot on Nia, only to be blocked. Alexa attempts to run out, only to be caught by the neck by Jax, but escapes with a slap to the face. And before she is about to scurry off, what's this? Seems that Nia there's Sasha Banks. Music plays, and as Alexa Bliss is distracted, Nia Jax capitalizes and rams Bliss from behind. Sasha gives Jax the cocky smile.
I want to ram Bliss from behind.
I would too. I wouldn't lie. Sasha gives Jax that cocky smile of "I got you," and she stays outside the ring to keep guard to make sure that Bliss doesn't escape. Nia goes for shoulder first into the ring post, trying to ram Bliss, who escapes from the corner. Bliss uses it to her advantage and kicks Nia off her feet. Bliss heads up to the top rope for a crossbody, only to be caught on the receiving end of a Samoan drop, and Nia Jax picks up the victory. I thought it was a good match. It was, I
mean, for what it was good. Like, the story between Nia and Alexa could have really only went one way. So
yeah, I mean, they definitely were telling a good story. The match just not exactly great.
I mean,
but then again, what do you?
Alexa's like heelish, like cowardly cat and mouse game. Really, that's the only thing that I found really entertaining.
Yeah, I always match. That's the story.
Yeah. The match itself, like from a technical standpoint, once again,
you can imagine if they're telling a story in the match, like that matters. Like in terms of like actual in-ring stuff, like at the end of the day, yeah, if it's not if there's not a good back and forth between those two things, then yeah, the match can be forgettable, and this match is definitely lands on one of these. But I could still appreciate those types of things in a match. It doesn't mean that the match is great, which I think it's a very missable match.
No. We're trying to. That's why I'm saying we're trying to separate story from what's in the ring. You know, like the actual wrestling versus a story. Telling a good story, yes, it did. Was it a good match? Hell no.
No, not at all. I mean, the Nia Jax's Samoan drop was good, but then again, it's not exactly a hard move to fuck up.
Well, it's not just that. Alexa Bliss just isn't very good in the ring.
Well, against a big competitor, I mean, like that was gonna be the end of the game anyway, because Nia Jax is big and Alexa Bliss is small.
I was like, what I will say is Bliss is not a matchmaker. She's not the one that you can look to carry a match. But she can definitely do her part.
Yeah, she's not the general. But no, like she hasn't been having very good matches. I mean, once again, her mic skills and her charisma is what carries her.
True.
Is she a good wrestler? No.
Agreed.
I won't say she's not. I can't say she's not a good wrestler. I won't say she's one of the better ones.
She's not a bad wrestler. She's decent. She's not amazing. She's not awfully bad, because there's awful bad female wrestlers. And if you want to see that, go back to Attitude Era and some of the Ruthless Aggression, because they're all about there.
Yeah, sure.
No, but I mean, like, if you take all the women right now who wrestle,
at the moment, the WWE, or have wrestled in WWE.
No, at the moment, she is the lower tier, at least as far as in-ring ability goes.
Okay, so
I'd say the top
lower tier. How many tiers are you having?
I'll fix this. Jake, is she better than Naomi?
No, they're about the same.
Don't you dare say that. She has more things than Naomi has.
Once again, she has charisma that goes for her. She's not very good. Once again, see, you're defending her, and I'm going to say this because it's 100% true. The only reason you're defending her is because you like her ass.
Hold on. Because we've had this debate, and I also give people more of the benefit of the doubt than you do.
Here's what she does.
No, hold on. Let me say something. Okay, she doesn't only do that. That's most of her offensive. Yes, she does. That's most of her offensive. But she does the...
She has 3 moves.
She has some aerial stuff.
No. She has 3 moves. She has her finisher... She has that turnbuckle power bomb. She does the tilt-a-whirl power bomb, and she slaps people.
She bumps fine.
She spends most of the match
she bumps
running.
Fine.
Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about wrestling.
Yeah, taking bumps is a part of the wrestling match.
But that's only a part of it.
That's only a part of it, yes. And her offensive is not good. It's not great idea.
Exactly.
But I don't think she's awful. Because you're saying that she's awful.
Yeah, she's not awful.
I don't think that she's awful. I'm saying that she's decent.
I'm saying that she is green.
Yes.
I'm saying she is very green.
But compared to wrestling women before her that have come into WWE.
If you're asking me if she's better than Kelly Kelly,
she's better than Kelly Kelly. What did you say?
Yes, she's better than Kelly Kelly.
I mean, they barely had wrestling matches back in the
I was about to say, like, is that even an argument, though?
Yeah, but still, it's like, you know, because I know bad wrestling, and this is me trying, like, for a couple of weeks now, I've been trying to defend Naomi, and we'll get to Naomi and how I'm sick of her when we go to Raw. Here are the best women
in the WWE right now. Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler right now.
Yes.
Followed by Becky and Charlotte. They are the top 3 wrestlers.
Yes, I agree
After that is, I'd say, Nia, Tamina, and Natalya.
Wait, what?
And then
I think Tamina's a little bit better than Nia. She just doesn't have a lot of matches.
Bailey is right in between the top. She's like number 4.
All right, that's
fair.
It's the 4 horsewomen on top. Then it's Natalya, Tamina, and Nia. And then at the bottom is Naomi, Lana, and Alexa.
Wait,
you're also defending Carmella.
Lana?
Carmella is she's above those 3.
Above who?
She's above Naomi, Alexa, and Lana.
I can't say anything because I haven't seen much of Carmella wrestling, so I don't have a comeback for that. But I'll just take your word for it. But It's
What about
difference in
Alicia?
opinion. I agree
Oh.
with you that she's still green and her offensive isn't great, but I don't think that she's awful. I think that she's decent.
I didn't
Yeah.
say she's awful. I just said she's
You
not
made
good.
it sound like she was bad.
Yo,
No.
but let's
But
continue.
let's
Let's
continue.
continue. What's the next
So,
topic?
well, it's not over yet. As
Okay.
I just have to find where I got back here. Oh yeah, here goes.
Naomi
Banks tries to Pearl Harbor Jax from behind, but no dice as she is taken down. But what's this? Bailey! She's returned and comes down to the ring to come face to face with Jax, who she was up against when she got her separated shoulder, taking her out of the championship match back at SummerSlam. Bliss, Banks, and Bailey team up for a group tackle onto Jax, and the three stare each other down in the ring. Banks gives Bailey a hug, and Bliss comes between the two, saying, "I'm friends with you guys too," as the two have their reunion. But no friendships here, as the two beat her down, and she gets a Bailey to belly for her trouble.
Oh, also, I forgot something. Emma, because I forgot Emma existed.
Emma's
she's
good.
She
Emma's
started
number 5.
the Women's
Yeah,
Revolution.
I agree with that. Because Emma can go. They just don't really give her much of a thing. She had a very
What happened?
forgettable match last week on Raw.
What happened to Dana Brooke?
I don't know, and I don't care, because she was
I
bad.
thought she went to
If you want to talk about really bad wrestlers, that's right. Dana Brooke's awful.
Yeah, where'd she go?
Who cares? I hope she got fired.
Yeah,
Because
really. She is
because I
trash.
hate her gremlin
I
face,
know.
especially seeing it in the 2K game, because she looks like a fucking witch.
Nikki
know.
Bella she's number 6.
Donna
the best
Brooks'
women's wrestlers.
boyfriend died. I think she's still in mourning.
Oh. Well,
Nikki
thanks for
Bella.
the pressing.
Yeah, Nikki Bella still
You're
wrestles.
welcome.
So...
She's a hell of a lot better than she used to be.
Yeah. Cole makes the audience cringe by saying, if Bobby Heenan were here with us at No Mercy, he would say it's a dog-eat-dog world. And for Braun Strowman, it may perhaps be his no bone.
I don't get it.
I don't get it
I
either.
don't get it either.
Kind of fucking bad. Because no, he wouldn't say that, Cole. You fucking cringy dad. The best part...
Honestly, I feel bad for Michael Cole because I feel like half the shit he said.
Oh, I'm
he
sure
doesn't
Vince
wanna
told him to say that. I'm sure that was Vince on the headset going, "Oh man, you gotta say this joke. It's hilarious."
Yeah, because if there's any one person that's not really that funny in WWE, it's Vince McMahon.
The best part is like when he's saying this, Booker T's giving that face of, "Oh God, you're saying this. Oh man, I want to beat the shit out of you."
Like, are they all on the same headset? Or
No,
does
I'm sure they are, but
Michael Cole have his
Booker.
own personal one with Vince? Because I'd be like, what?
No, Vince is the only one in Vince's ear is
Michael.
Cole.
Oh,
Okay,
so that
I
makes
thought
sense
so.
because like Booker T looked at him like, "Oh man, I want to punch you so hard in the
I
face
think that's
right
dumb.
now."
I feel like they should all be in there for instances like that.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
it's great to have those moments where Booker
Well, they
T
used to
looks
be
in,
because I know
what
that
he
that
can
Heyman
say.
was in both the ears of Taz and Cole back on SmackDown.
But that's different. That's Heyman.
Yeah.
Heyman's an actual like good booker and pretty smart. It's just not great with money.
Well, Corbin at least tried to sell it and pretend that it was
Corbin?
actually funny. Baron Corbin. Wait. Fuck, it's Corey Graves. Why did I put in Corbin?
I don't know.
Maybe it's the
Yeah, they
COR
both have a
part.
C. Corey Graves isn't the one with the bald spot. Fuck's
You mean male Shayna Baszler?
I still can't look at her without seeing Baron Corbin because of you.
Good. So anyway, going on.
Next
so now
up was
the women's match is now a fatal 5-way.
Yes, it's later on the show. Kurt announces that. Well, it was just announced by someone that it's going to be a fatal 5-way. I don't know if
And
this was a
Emma's not happy.
last-minute decision.
It probably
No,
was
Vince,
because
it probably was.
ready to go.
I mean, good for Emma. She's got a pay-per-view match for the women's title. She's not going to win it, but she's going to be there. So good for her.
We'll see how it goes.
Next up is a triple threat tag team match between Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, Sheamus and Cesaro, and the club of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Go ahead.
Was it? There was a little thing right before where Sheamus and Cesaro talk about Rollins and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Rollins and Ambrose.
They keep on. They did that last week. I heard basically I read the notes and I heard it's like the same thing that they basically said last week, where it's like, oh, they're animals, and as soon as as things get bad, they'll turn to each other. They'll turn on each other and beat each other down like a pack of animals.
Yeah,
I think that's actually true, though. I really do think that's true. I think at the end of the day, Dean Ambrose is about to turn heel. That's where I think this story is.
Which he should, because he was great when he was a heel back when the Shield was going on.
But the thing is, I don't think he's going to be that. Like, the thing about his heel persona then was he was very Heath Ledger-ish. I don't think he's going to do that again.
Yeah, they don't want him to do that again. He went from Heath Ledger to kind of like a former convict.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I mean, I appreciate how fucking off the wall he is. Like the time he just brought a fucking hot dog vendor into the arena. I thought that was No, I just enjoy the
call it that fucking name.
You know what?
The wacky line.
It's not called you mean the Nigel?
Oh, is that what they call it?
No, that's what it's called. That's the Nigel.
Oh, because I heard at one point they did actually call it the wacky line on commentary.
Well, that's not what we call it. We call it the Nigel.
Well, no, that's what it should be. It should be called something other than a Looney Tunes name.
Yeah.
So Sheamus and Rollins start up the match as Sheamus takes Rollins down in a headlock takedown and applies the pressure. Rollins fights back with a drop kick to Sheamus and gets the tag from Ambrose, who gets in a tag for Gallows. The Big Brother and the Celtic Warrior trade blows till Sheamus brings Gallows into their corner for the double team beatdown. Sheamus rams Gallows into the corner and gives Sheamus the big boot, which Sheamus replies with a big boot of his own, putting Gallows in his dizzy animation and putting him into the corner of Ambrose and Rollins. Rollins then makes the tag to the dazed Gallows, who hits Sheamus with a springboard forearm and tags Ambrose in to deliver a double suplex to Sheamus. Sheamus beats down Ambrose into a corner, but Dean fights back, giving Sheamus a forearm and quickly gets up to the turnbuckle for the crisp-looking missile drop kick. Rollins and Ambrose trap Sheamus in their corner for the double team beatdown as well. Ambrose hits the ropes, but runs into the back elbow of Sheamus. Ambrose finds himself in the corner of Sheamus and Cesaro yet again and tries to fight out, with Ambrose trying to dive off the apron into Cesaro, but gets caught in midair by the Swiss Superman and swings Dean headfirst into the barricade. It looked fucking brutal. It looked like it must have fucking hurt. Anderson tags Sheamus to make his way into the matchup and starts to beat down on Ambrose. Ambrose tries to fight back, but ends up eating a spine buster, which
I love that, the fucking straight up Anderson spine buster.
Oh, it looks great.
He has my favorite spine buster.
Yeah,
in the company.
it's a really good spine. Batista still has a good one. I still like Batista's. Yeah. It's got a punch to it.
Him, Bobby Roode has a really good one.
Oh yeah, Bobby Roode, his is really smooth.
But Booker referred to
anything with a double-A spine buster.
Booker referred to it as a gore buster.
Well, that's because they can't call it the double R spine buster.
Oh, so that's like their name for his spine buster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's like a signature thing then. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just thought that he got like the move wrong or something. I was like, wait, that's.
I'll be right back.
It's known as the double R spine buster, but he's Bobby Roode, not Robert Roode.
Gallows tags in and lands a delayed vertical suplex and starts hitting Dean with those consecutive elbow drops. I think I like his consecutive elbow drops.
This is the first time
I don't know if I would say they're better than Dolph's, because I like how fast Dolph does them, but they definitely looked way more impactful than Dolph's.
Well, yeah, because he's fucking 400 pounds.
Yeah.
I love Guns and Gallows with all my heart. I don't really like their booking, but they obviously don't care because they're making good money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rollins hits Cesaro with the sling blade, and Cesaro runs into a big boot from Rollins in the corner.
I went down a week.
And eats a blockbuster that only gets Rollins a 2 count.
Yeah.
Rollins goes back to the turnbuckle, but Cesaro stuns Rollins with an uppercut and tries to hit Rollins with the gut wrench. The Psycho Crusher from the top rope.
I love his fucking Psycho Crusher.
Let me know when I already forgot the name that he said he was. Let me know when...
Cognitive?
Yeah, Cognitive. Let me know when Cognitive's done talking because I had to mute him. Rollins fights back out of the corner.
He's back.
Okay. Rollins fights out of the corner and delivers a buckle bomb. And Sheamus kicks Rollins, kicks out of the pinfall made by Rollins and stomps down Sheamus. Sheamus gets the clean tag, and Cesaro and Sheamus look to hit Rollins with a double Celtic cross. But Ambrose saves Rollins and rams Cesaro out of the ring. Rollins hits Sheamus with an enziguri, which has him fly over to the club's corner, and Gallows makes the tag and runs into a super kick to the midsection. Anderson comes and holds Rollins' leg as Gallows delivers a super kick to the face of Rollins and then hits him with the Magic Killer.
I love the Magic Killer. It's such a good move.
Why do they call it that?
It's just that's just the name that it had in Japan.
Ah, there's no like real rhyme or reason why they named it that. It's just the Magic Killer.
You'd have to ask Broku.
Broku.
And I don't know.
What's up?
Why do they call the Magic? Why did the club call their finisher the Magic Killer?
Actually, I have no idea.
Great. Gallows goes for the pinfall, but Dean quickly jumps in to break the pinfall. Sheamus grabs Dean from the ring, and he and Cesaro throw Ambrose into the barricade. Sheamus gets Rollins in for the 10 beats. Wait, no, it's only 1 because Sheamus doesn't want anyone to cheer him, which I thought was a good decision. And tags Cesaro, who rams into Rollins and launches him into the barricade. It might have been just because they came back from commercial and they gave him like the, okay, we're back. But
the beats of the bottom.
Yeah, because he goes for it and he's like, oh wait, no, I'm just gonna do 1. I thought I took it as like him just being a dig a shield, like, no, you're not getting this thing that you mark out to.
I don't even really like the beats of the Bajin that much.
It's kind of overused at this point, really. Cesaro,
like the Nigel.
Yeah, but I mean, at least that sometimes has a reason, like when it's done or something. At least that has like a follow. Cesaro lifts Rollins up for the ring slide. And fucking Cesaro just picked up Rollins like he was a fucking toddler. Like, he picked up that boulder with relative ease and just throws his ass back in the ring.
By pound. Yeah, pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in WWE.
Oh, God, yeah. Double clothesline from Sheamus and Cesaro locks in a headlock to wear down the King Slayer. Ambrose gets the tag, but ref doesn't see it, and Sheamus and Cesaro take advantage of the confusion and hit a 3D?
Yeah, that was actually a really good 3D.
No, it was, but it's like, okay, I guess you're using the 3D.
But they didn't call it the 3D.
No, they didn't call it the 3D, but what else would you call it?
And then none of the fans went 3D.
No, yeah, but like it clearly was a 3D. I don't know if there's another name for it, but it was clearly a 3D.
It's Flapjack Cutter.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Sheamus and Cesaro try to double team Rollins again, but Rollins does some various rolls and dodges until he makes it to Ambrose for the clean tag, but
he Dark Souls it.
Yeah.
He Dark Souls it.
But Ambrose also makes the tag to join the fray. The Lunatic Fringe explodes onto Anderson with clotheslines and neck breakers and brings him up for the superplex. Dean goes back up to the top and fights away Gallows to deliver the flying elbow to the standing Anderson. It doesn't look like Anderson was supposed to get up that quick. It looked weird.
No, Ambrose hits that elbow drop like
he hits a standing person.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's been doing that for a long time. Also, that superplex is great.
Oh no, that superplex is amazing. Ambrose and Rollins clean house and send everyone flying to the outside. Ambrose and Rollins
Tope.
Ambrose and Rollins hit the... Oh, that is such a great spot. They hit them from both ends of the outside with the double suicida. And they meet back in the ring, and then they just trade places and just hit the other one. Oh, man, it was so good.
Yeah.
The camera work, like, thank God they did the camera work good, too, so because they got the camera in just the right angle. It's like they saw everything. Really great. Fucking
they made
awesome.
sure to zoom out just enough.
Like, that was... I marked out for that. Sheamus tags in Ambrose coming back from his... Well, we call it the Nigel, but sometimes it's referred to as the wacky clothesline. And
it's the fucking Nigel.
It's the fucking Nigel. It's the Nigel. It's not the wacky clothesline.
The jawbreaker lariat.
Yep, hits Rollins flies to the outside, hitting Gallows with the crossbody. Ambrose hits Anderson with dirty deeds, and Sheamus, being the legal man, throws Ambrose out and steals the pinfall for the victory.
And then Cesaro's like climbing on all the shit and jumps over, and they have a big bro hug.
Holy
I love this match.
shit!
And it's like, oh, they have the momentum going into the match.
I love
it. Was
this.
a really good. It was a really good triple threat.
Holy shit! What a great fucking title match! Like they were like, all right, so you're doing all this.
It wasn't a title match.
No, I meant like a tag match. I accidentally said title for some reason.
Yeah.
Like they probably saw what fucking tag division is doing on SmackDown, and they're like, okay, we're gonna fucking show you.
But it's not. Like, I really do appreciate it, but I'm also not a huge fan of triple threat tag matches.
No,
with
not
the whole,
me neither.
One
but
team is always
these three teams went in thinking like, okay, we're gonna make this match really good.
Anything that's not just a tag versus a tag should be a tornado tag match.
Yeah. I agree with that, or an elimination.
Oh, yeah. That's once again like 6-pack challenges and fatal 4-ways, and I think that should always be elimination.
I kind of disagree with your sentiment though, because there have been really good triple threat tag team matches, but most of the time when there's a triple threat tag team match on a Raw, it's for the main event, and they have everyone that don't really ever really be a tag team with each other cross up against each other. This time they had the 3 best teams that are on Raw go up against each other, and that's why it was great.
What about the tornado tag?
What's up?
No.
God, I hate triple threat tornado tag.
Broco loves tornado tag matches.
Tornado tag matches are awesome. I wish they did more. Like, I agree with Broco. Yeah, tornado tag matches are great. But yeah, these...
But they should never be triple threat.
These 3 really stole the show. And they put on one hell of a match to rival the shit that they've been doing on SmackDown, because the New Day and the Usos have been killing it on SmackDown.
Yes, I agree.
And Rollins and Ambrose, wow, like, why'd they separate them for that shit that Dean was doing? Because they're a great tag team. Rollins had some flair when he was separated, but Ambrose,
Well, the big thing is with tag teams is, like, tag team matches can be great and dynamic. I love tag team matches. It's just Vince is not a big fan of them, because if one person gets injured, what do you do with the person that isn't?
That's true. That's true.
Like the Revival?
But, like, yeah, but I mean, like, look at all the really good tag teams that WWE has now.
Yeah, no, like this is like when like
the Usos are finally coming into their own as a heel group.
When wrestlers go on podcasts to say that this is the tag team era, they're not just blowing smoke. Like, the tag team division on really all of their shows are great.
Yeah,
like even on NXT.
Especially NXT. NXT probably has the best tag division right now.
Oh, I was talking about last week on Raw. Holy shit! What the hell are their names? Angelo Dawkins. What the hell's his name?
Wait, they were on Raw?
No,
Street Profits?
Street Profits, NXT. No, when I was talking about last week on NXT from the Street Profits, I'm looking at this like, holy shit! Like,
well, it's not just them though. Like,
no, it's
they
not
have
just them, but
yeah, so it's like TM61, the Authors of Pain, Red Dragon, Mustache Mountain.
Yeah.
like their whole tag division is
No, but
is
like
fucking
new tag, but
ridiculously
like
good.
I just noticed them because like it's a tag team out of nowhere. It's like holy shit, you're everything. From like explosive tag-ins and all that shit to like having like an entertaining entrance and stuff like that. Like,
Their homegrown tag teams.
no,
Tag
yeah.
teams.
And
as well.
I know Angelo Dawkins has been going around. Like he's been around NXT, so I'm glad that they just paired him up with a guy that he has good chemistry with too. Because he's been floundering a little bit. Backstage, Miz and his Miztourage continue to smack talk against Angle and Jordan. Dallas interrupts Miz's speech by giving him some few motivational speech pointers. He should give them to me, so I know how to talk good. Saying that he should try to talk more about him and Axel rather than Jordan and Angle. Axel says that when he wins, he won't be going easy on the Miz and Dallas, and said he looks forward to winning and sharing the spotlight with Miz at No Mercy in their match when he wins.
Oh, what's up, Mike?
Be a host again.
Yeah, I had to mute. I had to mute you a little bit. Like when you go away, like just mute your mic, just so I don't like to.
Wait, what?
Like when you go away to do stuff, like just mute your mic so I don't like the background noise doesn't like interrupt.
Oh, was I still making noise?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No,
I left my phone in my room thinking that it'd be.
Axel says that.
Well, okay. Now I know.
Oh, what did you think about the triple threat tag team match? It was okay. Really?
It was okay.
Wait,
honestly, I felt
wait.
it was okay to me because my big thing was once Hardy got injured, I stopped
We're talking
focusing
about the
on the
Raw
match, and I
between
was very
Club,
worried because
Ambrose
Jeff Hardy
and
is one of my
Rollins
favorite.
and,
No, not that tag match.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Jinder
Then what
Cesaro.
match are we talking about?
I was like, what the fuck are you talking
Oh
about?
wait, yeah, the Hardys were in the main event.
And the bar.
I'm sorry.
And the bar.
That match was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I was thinking about Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, and you don't see them compete against each other often, so I instantly paired it to that tag team match. But I think it was really good. I honestly want Cesaro and Sheamus to get those titles back because week after week they prove to me they really are an amazing group, like together.
Also,
They are the bar.
Yes, I wouldn't say they are the bar because that shit is stupid, and
Why?
I refuse to reinforce that. But
I will.
Well, here's the thing, though. At least to me, there's a reason why they're called the bar.
are they
The bar
actually
was-
called the bar, or do they just say that?
Yeah, they're actually called the bar.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
It's a reference to a tag team that was it Cesaro had to deal with back when he was in Ring of Honor, the Briscoes.
yeah.
They had a saying. We don't. Their saying
It's not when
was,
it's not when the commentators
we don't
go
set
like,
the bar.
These guys
We are
really
the bar. We're
setting
the standard
bar.
here.
I mean, I know what they mean
They're
by
doing
the bar.
it like ironically,
Yeah, no, but that.
kind of. It's like like, oh, we're the best. We are the bar, and they do the fist.
So it's a reference to when they were when Cesaro and Chris Hero were King of Pro Wrestling, Kings of Wrestling.
Yeah, the Kings of Wrestling.
Yeah. I hope they team up again one day.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
I mean, yeah.
Miz reins the two back in, saying that getting them back to his way of thinking, reminding them to make sure that Jason Jordan doesn't steal any more of their spotlight, the spotlight that he feels that they deserve. Now we cut to Michael Cole, who is about to interview Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman via satellite. Cole notes that Brock is going into the match this Sunday as the underdog, and it leaves Brock Lesnar speechless, which I thought was great. Yeah.
I'll see you on Sunday.
I don't know why I went into fucking Blood Red Moon territory.
The blue red moon.
Brock Lesnar is the underdog. I thought I liked that, where it's like he's been beaten up so bad by Strowman, he has nothing to say. Like, I liked that. But Heyman quickly picks up the ball and brings a question back up and spins it like he always does. Strowman says that he has proven he can dominate Lesnar and claims he will be the man to put down the Beast for good. And he will walk into Suplex City and stomp it to the ground. Heyman tells Strowman that Brock Lesnar has awoken, and the sleeping Beast now understands he will have to beat and suplex the monster within an inch of his life to walk out still the Universal Champion. Heyman cuts...
I also really like this little thing. Huh?
Oh, no, go ahead. Like his little thing of what?
Like when he kind of came up and he's like, thank you very much for backing me into a corner.
Yeah,
yeah. That's when I'm at my best.
Yeah, because Heyman cuts off Cole because he's taking offense because Cole's asking a lot of questions to Strowman and Not to the champion, the one that's done check mark all the Conqueror's achievements and list of various successes. But then, as you said, Lesnar stops Heyman and thanks Strowman for the beatdown because it makes him that much more determined to bring the monster down. And then he just ends the interview with Suplex City bitch and he walks off.
Suplex City bitch.
I'm getting sick.
Suplex City bitch.
I'm getting sick of that.
I was sick of it after like a few months
because
after
now it's just branding, and it clearly is just branding. Because it's like, we could put a ticket on a shirt that says the town is Suplex City.
You mean like in Zane?
Yeah.
What made me really mad was when I played 2K17 and I saw that the triple German suplex was called Suplex City.
Yeah, and
that was when I was like,
for a signature, that's fine.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, as the name, that was never the name of the move.
Yeah, it should have just been called the Triple German.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when Eddie Guerrero did the Three Amigos. They called it something there.
Well, that's different. The Three Amigos, I actually like that name.
Yeah, that name.
Yeah, but like that's actually a name. Like the name Suplex City was never meant for the German suplexes itself.
No,
it was just the fact that he kept doing it, and he was like, "You are in Suplex City,"
and they associated a buzzword with his move to give it more of an impact.
Yeah.
I like honestly, when he said it, I'm 100% certain it was never supposed to become what it was.
Yeah, he just kind of said it.
No, but then it's like, oh man, this is a gold mine. Print those shirts.
Yeah, it's like after that, everybody was on the internet like, oh shit, he said Suplex City and he said bitch.
Make those like, remixes.
Hey,
I'll see you on Sunday.
Suplex City, bitch. Well, Heyman was the one that started that, didn't he?
No,
no. I mean, like the remix.
Lesnar's the one that said Suplex City.
No, the remix.
I don't know about the remix.
No, that's right because like I think 2 days after, like on Paul Heyman's YouTube, I forget who he got. Like they did like a mix of it and some rapper was on it or something.
Probably Wale, because I know Wale is a huge fan of
he loves wrestling.
It probably was Wale.
He also has his own promotion now.
He does?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it though.
So next,
Wale started his own wrestling promotion.
So next up, a Samoan traffic cop comes down to the ring to issue a ticket of boredom to the WWE Universe. It's Roman Reigns. Reigns gets showered with booze and says, "Yeah, I'd boo this too." Okay, thanks for being behind our hatred, I guess? Reigns admits that Cena is a better talker than him, but says he says a lot of stupid shit, though. Reigns is nothing like Cena, and if he was, he wouldn't have a career, and says that if you want proof of that, you should ask former Triple H impersonator Alex Riley. He didn't say that, but that's just how I view Alex Riley ever since he went to NXT.
Yeah, he dunked on Alex Riley.
I told you this, right, Jake?
What?
Like, at the end of Alex Riley's career, he was just Triple H.
You mean Test?
No, he was Triple H. He had the dark green freaking Titantron colors. He had the long hair that's watery, that drips down. All he needed was the stupid water bottle. He had the black trunks.
Alex Riley was never interesting.
No,
He
not
had
never.
potential.
Yeah.
He had a tiny bit of potential when there was the whole thing with Kevin Owens. Like, let me wrestle again. He was a decent announcer, but then he tried wrestling again and he fucked up.
Yeah. Now he's talking shit to
Like,
someone on Twitter.
everyone says that it's Cena's fault that he got fired, but I think it's his own fault for getting fired because he just wasn't good enough.
Honestly, I feel like what Cena says is 100% legit. It's like when he says like I don't bury people, it's like they're just up against me and they just can't shine in
Here's
that
the thing.
spotlight. In that
He doesn't
spotlight.
bury people. But the corporation does. And also, he has buried people. He did it to Wade Barrett.
Yeah, he did bury Wade.
And when Edge and Chris Jericho were like, maybe you shouldn't bury this
And
guy.
Tyler Rex.
And Tyler
He
Rex.
also buried Tyler Rex.
I actually don't even remember Tyler Rex. Like I do remember that name
And that's
existed,
why
but I
he
don't
buries
remember him.
people.
And Baron Corbin can't even be an example anymore. He
didn't bury
It's
Baron
like when
Corbin.
he goes-
Baron Corbin kind of did his own thing.
No, like that was corporate sticking it to him. But like it's like
Yeah.
when Cena goes on podcast and he's like, I'm not protected. Fuck yes you are protected. Like, shut up. You may not think that you're protected in this fantasy world that you live in, Cena, but you are very much
You
protected.
should go back to it before your hatred boner just gets bigger.
Jesus Christ, what the hell are you doing, Cognitive?
I have to spit.
Let's get back to Rob before.
Reigns
Keep going
calls
on.
Cena a fake ass bitch.
Which he does every week, which is really fucking annoying.
Yeah,
at this
well,
point. It's like, okay,
and
you
it's-
said
it's
this.
like-
Okay, get over it.
when what the hell's her name?
Everyone's like, he said bitch.
Mark Marrow's Sable. When Sable was
Yeah.
having her feuds, like she would do nothing but come back here and fight, bitch. And everyone would mark her. Oh, she said bitch. It's like it's to the caliber of that. He's just saying it because it's like, oh, it's a bitch in the PG era. Ooh.
Yeah.
Cue Scott.
Yeah,
Hall
but now
sticking
everybody's
hands.
saying bitch.
He did say shit though that they had to blur out.
Yes,
But-
I heard that.
But ooh, spooky hands.
Probably scripted.
He cuts to a clip of Cena from February of 2012, calling back his words of loyalty, hustle, and respect. When he shot at The Rock for coming and going on the fans and not being loyal to the WWE Universe. Because he's doing that right now. Do you get the parallel? Roman
Nice.
reminds the crowd that Cena isn't here to defend himself tonight and says Cena will be losing to another Samoan this Sunday. Does that mean that he'll also be winning against the Samoan when he loses against the Samoan?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
let's talk about.
Probably Roman Reigns. No, I would too. Yeah, that's why. It's just like you didn't want Undertaker to lose against Roman Reigns. It's like no, well. Well, also, I didn't want Undertaker to lose. I didn't want Undertaker to compete in general. Like, and also, I know there's the rumors of him coming back. Yeah, and I know there's like the rumors of him coming back at Survivor Series, and I'm like, no, just fucking stop. Like, stop it. No, he doesn't. He could have a Legends contract that gets him a bunch of money. Well, you can also use it as like a side
Who do you
hustle.
think is actually going to walk out the winner?
Roman Reigns. It's easy.
I mean, come on. He could go to a million house shows and do a bunch of money.
I'm going.
I would much rather Cena win.
Like, just like
Cena's about to film another movie,
Yeah,
so that's why I'm almost certain that it's gonna be.
that would be.
no,
I
I
am the
want
general
that to
manager
do that.
of this
No,
yard.
I actually think Cena because they want this Roman and Cena feud
That's
to
right.
carry over while Brock Lesnar
Dogs.
goes MIA.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, me neither. But since he
I
did
would.
compete,
I
I
guess
wanted
it- I
Roman
guess
to
it would
win,
give it,
and I
like-
wanted exactly.
And
what
then it's like,
happened to
you thought you'd get a WrestleMania match? Fuck you, Marks. No, that's what
Hey
I've
man,
heard.
he
I didn't hear
needs that
anything about
money
No
for his
Mercy. I heard
wife's
about
chemo.
Survivor Series.
Michelle McCool has
Commentators
cancer.
reminisce about the
No,
achievements
it
and
doesn't.
importance
You don't
of
make any
Heenan,
money from a Legends contract. You make
the,
$20,000
impact that
a
he's had
year.
on
Yeah.
wrestling, their careers.
Yeah,
and
but
the
say you're
WWE
making
universe,
20,000 a
and they
year
cut to
doing
a video
nothing. You make
tribute
20,000 a
highlights
year
of the
because
best
you
moments from
existed.
Heenan's career in WWE. I thought it was a good clip show.
Yeah, he
I
could.
thought
Still
it was,
coming back.
They put all the right moments in
Under
it.
Raw general manager,
Once
The
again, I still think that
Undertaker.
they
Yeah.
should have given them the moments. That's just me. But they
I
at the
hope
very
Undertaker
least
talks
gave.
I can hear you.
They at the very least gave.
Yo, Caesar's back.
No, I know.
Did y'all
I
still
put him back on.
Oh,
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
say anything.
My phone is dying.
What?
Please mute me for a second. Hello.
oh.
I really hope Undertaker costs.
So yeah, it was.
Roman
I thought it
Reigns.
was a nice video tribute
That would be great.
for sure for Heenan. The walking Brooklyn circus clown walks to the ring.
It should really be.
Reminds
at
us
Survivor
that you
Series. That's where
can't teach
Undertaker's
being a
career
big
began.
mouth douchebag. Just like Lanky, he has no style and he has no grace. And look at that stupid ass mug on his face. He can't cut promos when he needs to, but putting on a match, well, that it just isn't for you. Enzo says he can't
Who'd
wait.
you steal that from?
I stole that from the Donkey Kong rap.
I know.
You know, Donkey Kong, he has no style. He has no grace.
That dude needs a smack in the face.
Yeah! Fuck Enzo. Enzo says he can't wait to knock that gargoyle, Neville, off his perch.
He's not going to.
No, of course
He's another
he's
person
not.
who can't fucking wrestle. He couldn't wrestle his way out of a wet paper.
And if you're calling people a gargoyle, look in the in the mirror, you fucking Tigger.
Is this the part where Braun saves?
You show.
Strowman mows down Enzo, drags him to the ring, and throws his ass into the ring. Cut to a video of me marking out as this fucking man is beaten. The crowd thanks Strowman for lifting Enzo off the ground and delivers a choke slam, then kills him with a running power slam. Truly the hero we deserve.
British Bulldog would be proud.
Oh,
His running power slam is great.
It's really
he
good.
really is improving in the, and he's not bad on the mic either.
No, not at all. He does his part very well. Very well.
Yeah, he's kind of becoming the complete package.
Yeah. Like ever
Oh, yeah.
since Payback, I've been on the Strowman wagon because he made Payback the best pay-per-view so far.
And SummerSlam.
At SummerSlam, he put on a good match, but then again, all the participants did like a really good job in that match. But he was definitely the ticket puncher.
And let's not
Yeah,
forget
he was
all
the
all
MVP
three
there.
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah, not to mention he was great in that Fatal 4-Way.
Neville walks past Strowman with absolute fear in his face as he makes his way to the ring, and Neville walks down and deals another blow to the defenseless Enzo and hits him with the red arrow, but sadly no, Enzo is still breathing, and he will meet Neville at No Mercy, probably for the kickoff match. I have not checked.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna beat him fucking down. too.
Good. Elias comes to the ring to present us with another concert, with tonight's song being dedicated to Jason Jordan and all of the other underachievers in San Jose, California. Get off the stage. You're stealing Rock's Hollywood gimmick when he had the guitar. I'm getting sick of these. They're not even great. It's just like, let's make fun of the town that we're in.
I'm telling you, he's just like The Rock mixed with
Jeff Jarrett.
Aaron Rex.
Oh. Oh no, actually, if he started calling people little shitheads, I'd probably mark out for Elias.
Elias is actually pretty decent.
No, in the
I
ring,
don't-
Elias is great. I love Damian Sandow's brother.
Aaron Rex. Damien Sandow doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think Aaron Rex exists anymore because I haven't seen him. And I've been watching that shitty Impact show. But anyway. But yeah, I like Elias. I think he's great in the ring. I just am sick of this, like, gimmick of, like, let's play a guitar and make fun of the hometown that we're in. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting over that,
It's a cheap heat getter. It's always been a cheap heat getter. And of course you gotta get the boos from people. It's like, no! Our sports team is good! Go... What's a hockey team?
The Sharks aren't that good.
Go
the Sharks.
Sharks!
The Sharks aren't that good. They choke every year.
Hardy Boys come out and cut the Drifters' performance. And
Hooray.
so begins your main event. 6-pack challenge between Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Jason Jordan, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Elias to determine your number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship to be contested at No Mercy. The bell rings and the fight begins with a huge schmoz in the ring. Jeff takes it to Curtis Axel as Matt stomps down on Bo Dallas in the corner. Jordan takes Elias out of the ring with a crisp drop kick, sending the Drifter flying to the outside. Looked great. But then again, like he has really good drop kicks and he has really good suplexes. Did Kurt Angle have good drop kicks? I can't remember.
They were okay.
Yeah.
He was more of a suplex guy.
Yeah.
And like a ground and pound guy, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Elias repays Jordan with a backbreaker. Looked really good. Elias forms an alliance with Dallas and Axel to beat down Matt, but after the beatdown, he Pearl Harbors Alex and Dallas from behind. Elias...
What does that even mean?
That means, like attacking them from behind.
Did you make up the term,
No,
or is that from something?
That's a term that is used.
Okay.
I've heard it be used, so...
I've heard it be used.
Right, truth on a missile. Elias gets thrown to the outside by the Hardy... gets thrown to the outside, and the Hardys deliver a Tower of Doom suplex to... I want to say the rest of the challenges, but I don't think Jason Jordan was a part of it. I think it was just to Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
He was.
He was? Oh,
He was. No, it's Tower of Doom. The person who was out of it was Samson.
Yeah, Elias wasn't.
What happened was he jumped up vertically from the bottom, from the ring to the top rope, and then they pushed him over.
Yeah.
Which was athletic as shit.
Yeah, no, fucking great spot. I liked it. Matt and Jeff start to cut their brotherly ties and go against one another. Matt schoolboys Jeff, but Jeff rolls through, but quickly Matt regroups and lands the side effect on the Jeff. Dallas and Axel come back.
Jeff.
What?
On the Jeff?
On the Jeff. Fuck. God damn it. Dallas and Axel come back and throw Matt into the ring post, but Jordan comes in and delivers a flurry of suplexes to both Dallas and Axel, and then hits Axel with a Northern Light suplex, complete with bridging pin, but it gets broken up. Dallas throws Jordan out to ringside, where Miz decides to take Jordan out of the match by throwing him into the barricade, then into the crowd. Matt gets back into the match, hitting a twist of fate to Bo Dallas, and goes for the pin, but it gets broken up by the Drifter, who hits Matt with Drift Away, but the pinfall gets broken by Jeff. Jeff cleans house.
I like that move, by the way.
Drift Away?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really good finisher. I like it. Jeff cleans house and hits Axel with the Swanton and goes for the pin, but only to have the reassured victory broken up by The Miz. And remember, there's no DQs in a 6-pack challenge, I guess.
Yeah, there's never DQs in anything.
They play so loose with fucking DQs, I don't even know anymore.
No, DQs can't be in anything that's like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not an elimination.
I didn't know about triple threat, but
yeah, well, yeah. How do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Who wins?
Jeff throws. Well, I would probably say like just no countouts.
No. It's no DQ because Unless if it's elimination, then there is DQs.
Okay, that makes sense. If it's elimination, that makes sense. Jeff throws Miz out, but Axel capitalizes on a distracted Jeff with the face buster. I thought I had burp there. Alex goes for the pin, but from out of nowhere, Jordan returns to deliver his angle slam into a neck breaker and gets the pinfall, becoming the #1 contender for Miz's Intercontinental title this Sunday at No Mercy. What'd you guys think of the match?
It was interesting. I mean, as good as a six-pack challenge.
As good as six-pack challenge got cut off.
As good as a six-pack challenge can be, things like that can be a bit of a bumblefuck because there's so many people.
Yeah.
Once again, I more appreciate like an elimination style thing, but in that case, I would say you do what the original six-pack challenge was 2 people start in the ring, or every corner has someone you could tag in. But I say also do it. But I say also do it in an elimination style. Would be a lot better.
They should do more of elimination stuff. I mean, not just have it be the six-pack thing, but it was supposed to be. It was supposed because they had Bo Dallas and Axel there, and so if they did the elimination, they would have been eliminated, like off the fly, and they wouldn't be there for the finish of.
Well, you don't know that for sure. I'd say that Samson goes out first, then Jeff, then either Bo or Axel, then Matt, then whoever was left of Bo and Axel.
Nah, Vince loves Elias Sampson. He would have stayed a little longer.
What?
Then I guess Jeff goes first.
What the fuck are you
Either matters,
doing?
Jeff.
Mike might be asleep.
Yeah, he did drink.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mike's asleep.
Let me know if he wakes up. That's great.
I mean, to be fair, this is a 2-hour-long podcast.
No, yeah.
Well, we still have another 2 hours to go.
Yeah. I liked the match. It was okay. I mean, it was a schmoz. I mean, for the six-pack challenge and the people that are in it, it was clear that it was going to be a schmoz. Jason Jordan fucking looked great, as always. With his Northern Lights and his, his various athletics. I like the Tower of Doom spot. It was a decent ender. Raw seems to open great and end bad nowadays, really. So, but it was okay. I liked it, and it's good. And it was made to have Jason Jordan get over. Elias looked good in it, but Elias just is really good in the ring. But it did its job. Jason got over. He's the #1 contender. The storyline, the Kurt Angle being his father's storyline, is finally going and having some momentum. So, in terms of what it was made to do, it did its job. Post-match, Miz enters the ring with a cocky clap to the face of Jordan for his hard-fought victory. He tries to take a swing at Jordan, but Jordan sees it coming and ducks the blow and delivers a dual belly-to-belly on the Miz. But Jordan gets hit by the numbers game and gets jumped by Dallas and Axel, with Miz finishing off the young Angle with a skull-crushing finale, and grabs the mic saying he will still be champion, Angle will still suck as a father, and Jason will still be a bastard, as he raises the title over the beaten Jordan. I like that end of you'll still be a bastard.
Yeah, but I don't. I guess it was okay for the end.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it was.
He is a bastard technically. So
I guess, unless if he's legitimized by his son, his dad.
yeah. Well, like, isn't like a bastard like you get abandoned or something?
What?
Like a bastard son is someone that gets abandoned by their dad.
No, it's just
No,
when
and a bastard son is a son born out of wedlock.
Yeah, he was
Yep.
that. All right, yeah. So,
Yeah.
So it works. Yeah.
But you can legitimize someone by saying, I'm legitimizing you.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let us smash down on SmackDown.
And I won't be judged
Live from Oakland, California, in the Oracle Arena, it is SmackDown Live. Kickoff. The newly reinstated SmackDown GM, Shane McMahon, comes down to the ring, but not with the usual cheery smile, pump, and circumstance to him. Shane gets on the mic calling Owens' action... What?
Did he shuffle at least?
No, he maybe he did like a slight shuffle, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's serious shuffle. Stepping on the
must
beach,
be
boo, 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 boo. Shane gets on the mic calling Owens' actions to his father cowardly and despicable, and that his children had to watch their grandfather get viciously assaulted live on TV. Shane gives his dad props for the bumps he took, and promises that come hell in a cell, he will bring the rightful shitty work punches of massive vengeance onto Owens inside the Devil's Playground. Next up, the first match of the night was Randy Orton versus Aiden English. English is in the ring, serenading the crowd with his cover of Randy Orton's theme Voices. But sadly, I don't think it's as good as Damien Sandow's version.
And now, a song. Randy has voices inside his head. Just watching him puts me to bed. It puts me to sleep. Randy walks down here on this ramp. His expression stays the same. Does his pose up in the corner. Can't think of anything more lame. All his tattoos are disgusting. All that oil on him is heinous. I guess you get to sit back and watch me beat this ignoramus.
It's one of my favorite Damien Sandow moments from Raw. But cool Lennon shades though. Cool Lennon shades that English is rocking. The melodious miscreant explodes onto the Viper, bringing a beatdown as the brawl leaks out to the outside. Orton gets in control with a clothesline, followed by his Irish whipped crisp power slam, going for his vintage DDT, but Aiden scurries out to the outside. Orton hits his back suplex. Orton hits a back suplex to English onto the barricade, but English hits Orton from behind and surprisingly hits Orton with a back suplex of his own right onto the edge of the announce table. Like, holy shit, they gave English some offensive in this. He
Oh
was,
yeah, no.
this could have
right.
been a squash. They could have easily just squashed this man, but they actually gave him some offensive. I think this is the best that Aiden's looked in any match ever in his career in all of WWE.
Really?
I think so.
He's been winning over Sami Zayn.
I haven't watched those matches, so I guess from me, it's the best that I've seen of Aiden English.
Personally, I prefer Adrian over Elias. I think his gimmick's better.
Yeah, I agree with that. In terms of like the music gimmick, like yeah, I like English's music gimmick better.
I hope they keep pushing him.
I do too. He's surprising me. English stays in control with a headlock onto Orton. Orton comes back with and stomps on English in the corner, but Aiden fights him with the eye poke and one-legged drop kick to get out of the corner. English gets up onto the turnbuckle looking to fly, but Orton RKO's the flying songbird out of nowhere. Gets the pinfall. As I said, yeah, this totally could have been a squash match. Nothing more, nothing less. But they let English get offensive. What did you think about it? For the short match that it was.
I'm just happy Adrian did not get squashed.
No, yeah. What did you think of the match, Jake?
It wasn't bad.
Like we were saying, like wow, they really.
Yeah, they let him do a lot. I mean, I guess they kind of wanted to make him look strong, but they also wanted to give hey, let's wear down Randy for what happens next.
I mean, like, for God's sakes, like, he back suplexed him onto the edge of an announce table. Like, that's pretty good offensive.
Yeah.
So, good on English. Good on English. Bulgarian Brute comes out to address Orton on his humiliation that Orton subjected to him at WrestleMania, saying that Orton turned him into a national disgrace. and has come to rip the fangs out of the Viper's mouth.
You mean SummerSlam?
I said SummerSlam, didn't I?
I think you said WrestleMania.
Oh. What was SummerSlam? If I did say WrestleMania,
Yeah, you embarrassed me.
you embarrassed me and my family!
First time for the last time.
Orton goes, so I guess we're in a match now, so it's Orton versus Rusev. Orton goes for a quick RKO, but Rusev pushes him away into English, who is on the apron as Orton pushes English aside. Orton turns around and gets a super kick from Rusev and eats the pinfall as Rusev gets his redemption on the Viper. I won't even ask if this is a good match. It's like, holy shit.
It was a squash.
Yeah, it was a squash. That was supposed
It was
to
a
make
dud.
up for the squash that he got
Gets
at SummerSlam.
It was a fucking dud. What do you want to say?
Well, it was just to say, hey, we're not burying Rusev. Rusev's strong. Please stay under contract.
Kind of.
Backstage, as Rusev is in the back screaming, I beat him! I beat him!
Ruru number 1.
Ruru number 1, cheering
Oh
like
yeah, no, that's his Twitter now.
Ruru number 1, cheering like a kid who just won some WrestleMania tickets, and tells Renee he returns to Bulgaria, a conquering hero. Singh Brothers introduce once again the modern
I can't
day
fucking stand this shit.
Maharaja Jinder Mahal to another great ring segment.
He is so fucking boring.
He is bad. He
It
is
was
shit.
trash.
It's
But
not,
you know
it's
that
just
Vince
not
is writing these
entertaining.
promos. You know this is Vince.
Or Road
It's
Dogg.
not entertaining at all.
No, it's not. It's
It
shit.
really isn't.
It's absolute shit.
And people will keep giving him, excusing him. Saying
But
he'll
like,
run
here's
with
the
it.
thing,
He'll
though.
get
You also have to remember that none of the fans are even cheering at this point.
No, they're
just
silent.
being
No,
silent.
here's the thing though. They do, because last week he was doing this, but later on they did fall for the USA chant.
Yeah, but that's because they're stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you have to be silent for the whole thing. You can't give it any fodder because once Vince hears the USA chant, it's like, oh man, he's a
I
heel.
win.
He's got heat. He's got that right heel heat.
Yeah, he's like, I win.
Yeah, you have to be silent. That's the way that you don't get these guys over, and it stops. You are dead silent. You don't give it any reaction, and that's
Yeah, any
really
reaction-
works.
Yeah, any reaction's a good reaction.
Exactly. Jinder tells the crowd he knows they didn't enjoy the comments he made about Nakamura last week. No, we didn't enjoy anything you said last week. And once again, Johnny316 on Reddit gets more of his screen caps taken as they are displayed on the Titantron once more, as Nakamura has his facial expressions posted.
It's just not even that interesting,
No.
man. He's just like, ha ha, look, ha ha
The
ha.
Singh brothers are just selling their little hearts out.
It's so not
The Singh
funny.
brothers did
And
the
everyone's
best
just like,
selling.
why?
The Singh brothers did the best selling of the entire night by selling this crap. The crowd once again go dead silence over this garbage, and Jinder just goes full racist.
Yeah, he's like, ha ha, you know, you look like a dog.
From he eats cats and dolphins to him not speaking proper English, saying Nakamura will always rook the same, saying that his
It was
hair
really...
gets done by a dog groomer, and the crowd
And
literally
everyone-
go, "You went too far."
Like, that's too far, that's too far.
And you know what the best part is? WWE had to release a press statement, which is always great because they had to do the exact same thing when what the hell's his name? Real American, Jack Swagger, when they did that whole thing,
Yeah.
and they had to release that press statement saying that, like, okay, this is just entertainment. So the press statement is, just like many other TV shows or movies, WWE creates programming with fictional personalities that cover real-world issues and sensitive subjects. As a producer of such TV shows, WWE Corporate is committed to embracing and celebrating individuals from all backgrounds, as demonstrated by the diversity of our employees, performers, and fans worldwide. They did it because they got the backlash. Whatever. You know.
I just hope this leads to Nakamura winning at Hell in a Cell.
We can only
Really?
hope.
Well, they're saying that even the Indian fans are now turning.
No,
on,
I actually heard that, I actually heard that they're not even making really good network sales in India, which is probably the whole point of this fucking shit.
Yeah, no, that is, but they're also saying that they're not that the fans are actually turning on him now.
Good, so it's a failure all across the board. Excellent. Can we get the title off this man who's had the title for how long now? Isn't it around the 200?
Longer than AJ Styles or Ric Flair.
And I think Eddie Guerrero as well.
And Eddie Guerrero.
That's sad. That depresses me. He then speaks his
And it's
native
not-
tongue.
And then, but it's not even that. It's like he's not even good in the ring.
No, not at all. He kind of sucks, really. I mean, he's not... He's fine, I
He's
guess.
not
but,
good.
Yeah.
No, it's not fine. It's
No, I'm
not
not going to defend it. You're right. He
He
just
has-
sucks.
He has no talent, honestly.
He speaks in his native tongue, asking for what I can only assume is a subway footlong. And it's okay for me to say that because he was racist. Get it?
You should. I'm sure you could find what he said.
I'm sure, but I don't give two
Worst
shits
champion
about
in
this
history?
man as it is. For all I know, he said, I got this written by Vince. Please don't boo me.
No, they usually actually say shit.
Oh, I'm sure. Because you hear like, SummerSlam. Whatever.
And No Mercy. No, Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
Oh, anyway, go on.
Shinsuke,
next,
backstage, says Jinder's promo was funny. Not so funny. When he wins title. Okay. Up next is the United States Open Challenge. For the U.S. champ AJ
It
Styles.
doesn't happen.
He will be defending against Baron Corbin. Or will he? Or will he? AJ
No.
grabs the mic, saying the beatdown that Owens gave to the man responsible for bringing him into the WWE, Vince McMahon, was despicable. Number one, I don't think that Vince McMahon was the one responsible for bringing you into the WWE.
Yeah, he was.
Out of everyone there, Vince McMahon
Yeah,
was
he
the
was the one
sole
who
person that
promised
said
him.
bring him in. The man that probably doesn't know what's happening in any other promotion other than his own.
He does know what's happening. He just doesn't pay attention to it.
No.
Like he acts like he doesn't pay attention.
All right, I'll
Like,
give
he
him the
knows
benefit of the doubt, because I was like thinking like, okay, maybe Triple H, maybe William Regal, something like that. I don't think Mr. McMahon was your number one advocate for bringing.
No,
you in.
it was probably Samoa Joe and people like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, he did sign him and he did bring him up to the roster, like to the main roster. He didn't have to do that.
CM Punk is the guy that brought Finn Balor over.
Good for Finn, though. And Finn deserves it too. AJ says Corbin is not shy of taking shortcuts, but he won't huff and puff and blow down the house that Styles built. AJ poses.
I like Styles. He's a good old Georgia boy.
He is a very good old Georgia boy, especially with that promo. AJ poses as Corbin Pearl Harbors the champ and starts the beatdown. But Dillinger runs down and attacks Corbin, kicking his knee, injuring him, making him unable to compete.
Sprained his ankle, is what they said.
But
There was a mixture of him falling out of the ring awkwardly and the calf crusher.
Is it
which he
legit?
then said- well, that's what they said. No, that's just what happened.
Yeah, so it's kayfabe, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I sprained my ankle, but I'll get my Renee, and then he walks away from Renee backstage.
But the sympathetic babyface locks in the calf crusher onto the bad knee. So we are given a
No contest.
backstage. Corbin, as you said, limps around and he's approached by Renee. And he explodes on Renee, saying, "What? What, Renee?" He says that the perfect zero cost him the title shot. And he says he's not going to whine. He's going to get even.
Except he did whine.
No, he says he's not going to whine. He's going to get even.
But he also did whine by
He
saying
did kind of whine, you're right. Charlotte Flair is back and comes down to the ring with a great pop from the crowd to talk about her father and his recovery from his kidney surgery. Charlotte learned a valuable lesson that life is short and promises to make every moment count. Heartwarming
babyface.
babyface to the stars. The heartwarming speech. I still think she should be a heel, but
I do too.
heartwarming speech gets cut short by. Oh, it's Brett. No, wait. Sorry. It's just Natalya. Just SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya. Sorry.
Don't diss Natty like that.
Come on. That's the joke. It starts off like Brett's theme, but then you get Natalya.
Natty's not great. She's annoying.
Yeah, she's not.
She's
She's a
crazy cat
very.
lady.
But wait, we've talked about this. She does her job because if you're annoyed by her and you boo her, she's being a good heel.
Yeah, but it's not like she's annoying like that. It's kind of like she's annoying in the same way X-Pac is annoying.
I don't think she has that amount of heat yet. She's
No, she's not. She doesn't
a
have
little
that
bit,
X-Pac.
Yeah, she's a bit
just-
unbearable when it
it's
comes to
been-
the mic when she's a whiny bitch.
Yeah, but then again, pretty much every woman is unbearable to the mic.
It's almost like they can't
Uh,
write women's storylines.
Few people that are okay. Becky Lynch is alright. Lana's really good.
I could never get behind Becky. I just don't care about her.
I don't either, but I mean, she's better than basically everybody else on the mic in SmackDown. Charlotte
From the
is not
babyface
good.
area,
On the mic.
Charlotte's
Damn.
okay.
No, she's not.
Well, in
she
terms, of,
acts
in
like
terms of the shit that they write for her and tell her how
No.
that she's supposed to act, I agree with that.
no, she is just like she straight up looks like she's reading from a script all the time.
Yeah, but you got to remember
just
if
like,
she could go off
"And
the cuff,
now-
if she could
Oh,
go off
Natty,
the cuff.
you're here to ruin my
Yeah,
promo.
that's true.
Aren't you a bad person?
Listen, at least she's not to the caliber of that android that SmackDown has. Did you
What
see?
android?
Oh, you didn't see that last week?
No.
Oh my god, they have a resident android interviewer. Today, my guest, tonight, is Rusev. And she awkwardly
didn't see
gives... It's awful, you have to go see it, it's shit. Natalya
In my free time.
is here, but why is Natalya here? Well, she's here to start off her celebration of women and unveils a picture of herself
With herself.
with the women's title and says that she's in the same leagues as great women like Oprah. Charlotte issues a challenge, there's the word, for the women's championship, but she's not the only one, as Becky yips
Then
down
Becky.
to join the Ego Olympics, as she says, and says that Natalya is some crazy lady, and throws
Crazy
her...
cat lady.
No, that's Naomi, who calls her crazy cat lady. Charlotte just calls her crazy. And she throws her steampunk goggles into the title challenge. Naomi, unfortunately, joins in on the insults.
Oh, see, you finally understand. Naomi's not good.
Don't like her. I'm sick of her. I agree. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I was wrong on this one. I'll admit it. Naomi's shit. She needs to go away.
She is so fucking bad, dude. She has nothing going
Nothing going
except
on.
that entrance
Yeah.
where she's a fighter. She's like, "Hey, who invited me to?"
You guys want to rave?
And then she's like, not good on the mic. She can't fucking wrestle to save herself. She
Yep.
botches so often.
Yep.
She is awful.
She insults Natty's cat. And why did I think that she had potential? I don't know. But wait, there's
Because
more!
she's athletic.
Tamina Snuka and Lana come out and insults Natalie, calling her a crazy cat lady, and claims the Ravishing Revolution deserves her shot at the belt.
I agree, sleeping Mike.
Is Mike back?
No, he's asleep. He's snoring really loud.
I'm glad I muted him. Natalie bitches and moans like a small little child, saying, "It's mine! Title's mine! No one can have it but me!" WWE, we write empowering angles for our women. Holy shit.
And then there's a fatal four-way for the main event.
Yep, announces a fatal four-way for the number one contender spot in Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's Championship that involve all four women. Next up is the Hype Bros. Mojo Rawley. It's the Hype Bro. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me redo this. I can cut it out.
Yeah, it's the Hype Bros versus the New Day.
It's the Hype Bros. Rawley and Zack Ryder versus Kofi Kingston and Big E of the New Day. And Usos are on commentary. Mojo and Big E start things off as the two trade body stretches. Mojo licks his palm, slaps the big man, and chanting, "He ain't hype.
I paid online.
Ain't hype." Mocking the New Day chant. The Hype Bros isolate Kofi in their corner and pick him apart. But the hyperactive Mojo has his ADHD get in the way, and he goes shoulder first into the ring post, giving Kofi a chance to make the hot tag to Big E, and delivers a belly to belly.
We'll discuss it later.
Big E explodes, taking out both Hype Bros, but Ryder fights back, delivering a drop kick off the second rope, and hits the broski boot to Big E and makes the pin, but Kofi breaks off the pinfall.
That's actually how you know that he's going to lose a match. Every time he hits the broski.
That's the sign. Every time he hits his finisher, that's when you know he's going to lose.
Did that too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, every time he hits the broski boot, he loses.
That's great. It's like an anti-finisher.
Except it's more of a signature. His finisher is the Rough Rider.
Oh, that's right.
It's a leg lariat.
Mojo attempts to send Kofi flying out to the ringside, but Kofi saves him, and Mojo takes a tumble down to ringside as Kofi goes flying with a fucking beautiful running dive, clearing the top rope, landing onto Mojo at ringside. Goddamn, Kofi. That is a clear-ass landing that hits and it looks graceful, because, once again, if you go for a suicide dive or anything off into ringside, and you don't land at all clearly on the opponent or land completely on the opponent, I don't like it, and it looks like shit to me.
Well, yeah, it's all about trust.
It's all about... Well, no, it's not that. It's like when sometimes they kind of hit them a little bit, but not fully. I hate that shit.
But still, a great dive from a man who had an injury scare.
No, Kofi did it great. Kofi did everything fantastic in general, but Kofi did a good job at that.
Oh, yeah.
Kofi's a very good mid-card.
He's great. Kofi and Big E hit Ryder with the Midnight Hour.
Which is a really bad name.
Still hate that name. It's so shitty. And the New Day get
at
the
least it's
pinfall
better than the
and
name of their other finisher.
What's the name of the other finisher?
Up, up, down, down.
Yeah, but that kind of makes sense.
No, I think it's stupid.
Well, yeah,
it's
but...
like, hey, we're promoting our YouTube channel.
Well, also, they're video game fans. I mean, that's how fucking Xavier Woods got the name of his channel. It's up, down,
yeah,
down.
because of the fucking Konami code.
Yeah. But, like, it makes sense in both ways. Yes, he's promoting his stuff. Hell, they have the fucking channel on their singlets now.
Yes. I love Big E, by the way. I love all the...
No, they're doing
I'm not
great.
really that big on Xavier.
I think he's entertaining.
I'm not really big on
he's
Xavier.
He's good for promos.
Yeah, but I prefer Big E and
Kofi, yeah, and I agree with that. In terms of in-ring performance, that's why most of the time it's just them.
Wasn't the Usos on commentary?
Yes, they were. They were okay. They were pretty good.
They're just like, yeah, Oos. Oh, yeah, Oos.
Well, they were doing like, oh, man, I wouldn't have that. Don't let them do that now. You know, or...
Yeah, we're black, even though we're not.
I thought the match was short, quick, crisp, and entertaining.
And then the backstage segment.
There was no... For these guys? Oh, yeah. Backstage, Ryder and Mojo, frustrated over their constant losses. Mojo says that something's got to give. Something's got to change. And if they don't do
Heel
something...
turn, imminent.
And if they don't do something drastic... Something's... I liked it, though. I liked the intensity in Mojo's eyes. Like, it felt
heel
right.
Turn.
No, I think I think a heel turn would be good for them. I
kind of wanted Kurt Hawkins to get involved so they could bring back the Edgeheads.
Nah, man, he's dead in the water over at Superstars fighting Heath Slater. And I know that for a fact because I randomly decided just to watch an episode of Superstars, and that was the match. So,
anyway,
Kurt Hawkins,
Oh, what about Kurt Hawkins, Broku?
Oh, Kurt Hawkins is 0-117 losses. It's great.
Yeah, he's got an 117 loss streak.
A new record! Owens comes live via satellite to address his actions to Mr. McMahon last week and apologizes to the WWE fans and the McMahon family for his actions, but says the chain had it coming and blames Shane for what he had to do to Vince. He then apologizes to everyone who will be watching at Hell in a Cell for what carnage they will witness. Owens
I really
ends-
like the promo.
Oh, he ends it so good too. Owens says that he won't be condemned to hell for what he does. He'll go to heaven. Really good promo.
Yeah, well, Kev is one of the best in the biz when it comes.
They also said that in kayfabe, McMahon was reported having 3 fractured ribs.
Yes.
So, little.
Which is pretty light damage when you think about it.
No, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm surprised they didn't say they didn't also add stitches to the head, but maybe they don't want to say stuff.
Or
like
a
that.
concussion.
I don't think they would do that because it's. I mean, we're at that point now that concussions is a very touchy subject. Also, they're in that lawsuit, so I'm sure they don't.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm sure they don't want to touch that. He's here to show the world. He's here to mock an entrance. Come on. Dolph
They're so
Ziggler
fucking boring.
continues his weekly exposing of the WWE frauds who he claims are nothing but their flashy entrances. Ziggler starts off with Triple H entrance, complete with denim on leather and water bottle spit take, and asks, can he run NXT with his mom jeans now? Next up,
I fucking hate these Dolph Ziggler
they're
segments.
not great. They're not great. And in fact, you know what it is
so
too?
whiny and boring.
Like, the thing that I hate most about it too, it's like, okay, if you're gonna do the entrances, do ones that no one's expecting. Like, do, like, jobbers to the stars. Like, you know? Like, but no, he comes out with all the entrances that you would expect. Next, Ziggler comes out as the thing that he always comes out as. A Shawn Michaels impersonator. Complete with cowboy hat, and says that he could feel himself losing his smile.
Also, he wore the poncho. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, he did have the poncho. He didn't have the lazy eye though. Didn't have the
Well, I
lazy
mean,
eye.
that's no. He Becky Lynch has that.
he should have pushed Becky Lynch out.
Becky Lynch. I lost my lazy eye.
Ziggler finishes his parade of gimmick infringement with DX entrance, complete with glow sticks, getting his own kind of X-Pac heat, with chants of Punk echoing through the crowd.
Oh yeah, everyone wanted him to do the CM Punk entrance.
Yeah, like they're gonna do that. And to that, Ziggler just gives them 2 words. Who cares? You're
And
right,
also,
Ziggler,
he's
who
like,
does
I'm the
care?
greatest in-ring performer of all time in wrestling.
You're fine.
You're decent. You're not great.
You're a very good worker, and you take a lot of good bumps.
You're not Shawn Michaels.
No, you're not. But keep on doing that super kick. Keep on doing that super kick. So what's
Someone
time?
does it better
They do. It's
in
time.
WWE, yeah.
Who are you talking about with the super kick? Because there's a lot of
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. It's time for your main event. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Tamina Snuka, and Naomi competing for the number 1 contender spot for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Tamina squashes all that approach her in the opening of the match, throwing bodies left and right, but not for long, as all 3 team together to bring Snuka down harder than... I had a Superfly joke, but I'll hold off on it. Becky and Charlotte...
Harder than cancer. Took down Jimmy Snuka.
Harder than he put that woman down.
Oh, when he killed her?
Yeah, there it is. There's the low-hanging controversial fruit. Glad we could grab it together. Becky and Charlotte.
I'll go down that hole with you.
I know you would. That's why I love you.
No homo.
No homo. Becky and Charlotte throw uppercuts back and forth, and Naomi comes flying off the rope with a crossbody to the 2. Naomi hits her shitty kicks.
Oh my god, they're worse than CM Punk's kicks.
They're worse than Shane's shitty work punches. Wait,
They're
no.
so fucking
I
bad.
don't think they're that bad, but they're still really bad.
They're almost as bad as Dean Ambrose's.
Yeah.
No, they're worse than Dean Ambrose's punches.
I had to re-see them because I'm not that familiar with them.
I think that Dean Ambrose should sit down with Steve Corino for a little bit and talk about how to throw punches, because Steve Corino is underrated when it comes to strikes in wrestling.
Yeah.
The
No,
guy
he
knows
did
how
have
to
good
throw a
strikes
fake
when he had that match with Dusty Rhodes in ICW.
Yeah, he knows how to throw a fake punch.
Then she hits, after the shitty kicks, Naomi hits a Falcon Arrow, it looked like.
Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
But instead they did, and she only got the 2 count. The chaos continues.
Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Nobody. Except all the fucking time. The chaos continues. Becky sends them flying. Tamina rips their heads off with Lariat clotheslines. Charlotte delivers spears into bodies. Charlotte heads up to the top and delivers a beautiful double moonsault onto Naomi and Tamina.
Please don't call it that. I know what you meant, but that makes it sound like a double rotation moonsault.
Oh yeah, it
just
was like
hits
she
one
just
single
hit
moonsault.
one moonsault on both. You're right. She goes for the 3
She
count, but
had
she
them
can't get it
lined
on
up
them.
next to each other, and she hit them both with the same moonsault.
Yeah. Moonsault did look good though.
Well, yeah, they always do. But it's very much like the Kurt Angle moonsault. It's very textbook,
Yeah, that's true.
and while that's a good thing, it's also not a good thing. Because there's no personality to it. It's like, once again, it's like Cody's moonsault, and it's like Kurt's moonsault.
Yeah, but
Very-
if you could pull
it's
off the
very
moonsault,
textbook.
nice. But, you know, it's still nice. Because some people
Yeah.
can't pull off the moonsault. Lesnar? WrestleMania?
No, that's a shooting star press.
That was the shooting star. You're right.
You know who has a beautiful moonsault?
Who has beautiful moonsault?
Kevin Owens.
He does. He does.
I kind of like his Brock Splash more.
I like this moonsault. The first time he did it, when he did the fucking mark.
Yeah, you cut off there a little bit when he did his Mark what?
His Mark Merrow moonsault.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Mark Merrill's Wild Thing is really good. Charlotte locks in a figure 8 onto Naomi, but Becky Lynch breaks it up with a leg drop off the top rope, leaving all the Warriors down. Tamina.
That's another thing. I want to like Becky Lynch, but really she only has like 2 moves right now.
I'm sick
3
of this
moves.
steampunk gimmick, and I think
She
she's
has
dull.
her fucking arm bar, which is okay. She does the same shitty leg drop over and over, and she has an exploder, which is nice. But that leg drop needs to
It
fucking
feels like
stop.
she has a lot of 3 moves of doom.
She needs to stop with the stupid leg drops.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not great.
I feel like they try to call back, like, especially with like almost a lot of people now getting an elbow drop, too. Because the elbow drop's starting to be popular now too.
Yeah, but her leg drops are like, she does like, you know how Dolph Ziggler has those fast elbow drops?
Yeah.
She does the same thing with leg drops, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. Tamina is the first to get back up to her feet, and Lynch eats a savage Samoan drop. She has a great Samoan drop. Followed
Of course
by
she
a
does. She's
super
from Fiji.
fly splash. But before Tamina could get her well-deserved win, which I think like she deserved to win this match, Naomi breaks the pinfall, but Lana ain't having none of that shit and pulls Naomi out to ringside, but she gets hit with a high kick for her trouble. Super kick to Naomi, bringing her back out, but a big boot by Charlotte gets her the victory and back in the title picture on her first day back on the job. What a shitty finish.
I like Tamina. I think she's a decent wrestler. Her 3 moves of doom, I actually like.
But she deserves a title shot, for fuck's sake.
She's Kevin Owens' favorite wrestler.
She's not bad at all. She really deserves a title, at least a title shot. Like,
I'm telling you, man. Lady Diesel, she's great.
yeah. I mean, what a shitty finish, too. It's like, big boot, I won. Ugh.
It's like, I can't fucking... I already used all my supers.
It's a chaotic, energetic schmoz. Tamina looked really strong. Like I said, I feel like she deserves the victory. Hopefully her time to shine will come, though. Because they're giving her some stuff, especially with Lana. I feel like eventually she's going to get a title shot.
Yeah, hopefully.
It was an okay match. Not great.
It was an like
Yeah.
it really was an SmackDown.
Missable,
the best
missable SmackDown.
highlights were Kevin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All
Kevin
better.
was the only good segment again.
Aiden English. And Randy Orton.
I
was pretty
really
good.
didn't like that. I didn't like the singing.
I like it. I think it's better than Elias. Like I said, I don't think it's as good as Damien Sandow's rendition of Orton's voices.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Excuse me, Aaron Rex.
He was Damien Sandow when he did it. Shut up! Don't take this away from me, you son of a bitch.
Follow GFW K-Fab. He's Aaron Rex now.
So that does it for SmackDown. So now
Let's get to the good shit.
Well, hold on. There's something in between that good shit. There's 205. Why?
Yeah, you know it's time for revolution. I give you proper execution. 'Cause you're a broken institution. And I'm a natural evolution.
So here we go. 205 live from Oakland, California, in the Oracle Arena. This is in the same arena as SmackDown. And it's right after SmackDown because why would anyone want to go home? So here we go. Oh, by the way, I want to thank Wrestling Inc. because I'll be reading their recap of the show due to the fact that I didn't want to waste a bunch of time writing down what happened on the show, even though it was a decent show, in my opinion. Starts off with a recap of Enzo's move to 205 Live and his encounter with Neville, and hyping up their No Mercy title match. Just a little vignette. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us as they are going to be our in-ring commentators. Vic Joseph is very white bread. Indeed. First match of the night.
Roku, you watched 205. I didn't watch 205.
Did you watch 205, Broku?
Everything's a blur other than the end.
Everything's a blur.
Than the end of 205.
Well, maybe I can maybe I could jog your memory, because the first match of the night is Cedric Alexander versus the Brian Kendrick. Alexander with a flurry.
Yeah.
Yep. Alexander with a flurry of strikes, sending Kendrick to the outside, immediately goes for a suicide dive, taking down Kendrick. Ref gets to a count of 8 before both make it back into the ring. Cedric with a flying nothing off the top rope rolls through. Kendrick brings him down with a big kick, pin to a 2 count. Irish Rip into the corner, but Kendrick, who looks to slow things down, hits a butterfly suplex pin, only gets the 2. Kendrick, with all of the momentum now, grinding away at Alexander, hitting him with forearms across the face as he sits on Alexander's back. Alexander, with a mini comeback, gets blasted out of the apron. Jumping kick stuns Kendrick, springboard clothesline, pin, only gets the 2. Kendrick goes for a sliced bread number 2 countered. Kendrick attempts to roll up Alexander, but their momentum carried Alexander to get the pin instead. So a roll up into another roll up that gives Cedric Alexander the win.
It was a pretty good match from what I remember, but what happened at the end was my favorite.
Yeah, it was a decent opening match, ending with the quick roll up. I always hate roll up finishes. It kind of lessens the impact of matches because it's just a shitty finish in general. But yeah, decent for sure. Probably would have been a little bit better if the finish wasn't just a roll up. Cedric is fucking fast and smooth in the ring.
I know, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he can go.
Huh? No.
It's like
I've
Cedric
been
can go
telling
for
Roku for years that Cedric Alexander has what it takes to be a superstar. And he didn't believe me until we saw him live.
Oh yeah, at Evolve.
Yeah, he was killing it in the number 1 contenders match, apparently, as they showed the vignette, because he basically eliminated everybody, but then Enzo got the shitty steel victory.
Yeah. You know, I love Cedric Alexander. I think that he's better than 205 Live. I think that he could be an Intercontinental, maybe even a tag team champion if they wanted him to.
Yeah, if they paired him up with the right guy, I could see him holding the tag titles. Brian really kept the pace more slow. He had a lot of hard-hitting moves. Kind of like Brian very Kendrick methodical dissection. Yeah, I like Brian Kendrick. This I don't know. The methodical pace isn't for me. Like you're a fan of the technical stuff, really.
I am, but I also really like Brian Kendrick because he's really good friends with Daniel Bryan. They actually they grew up training together.
Yeah.
They're very close friends. Brian Kendrick, I don't know. I really like him. I think of him as an extension of Daniel Bryan's dream.
Yeah.
I mean, the two of them very much want to verse each other in the ring once again.
Post-match.
And hopefully hopefully next year they'll verse each other again.
Post-match, Kendrick goes out to jaw with Alexander, and Gallagher heads down to the ramp with a sneak attack. Kendrick puts Alexander in an abdominal stretch, and Gallagher kicks and headbutts Alexander out of this world. Because
I heard Gallagher's a heel now.
Yeah. Oh my god, I think he's good for it.
Heel Gallagher's great.
Yeah, I like heel Gallagher more than jokey Brit Gallagher.
The evil look on his face. He is doing it right.
Yeah. There was a backstage promo, that because like he talked with like an interview saying that like he doesn't want to be a joke. Like he's all about like working and stuff like that, but he doesn't want to be the butt of a joke anymore. He has a lot of I like his facials, like just the raising of the eyebrows, the eye glances. Being a heel really works better for him, and also just like I think last week he like viciously attacked with the umbrella to the point that like he bent that shit. So just really good stuff. I like the
Willow used to.
Yeah.
Willow
in Willow's way. Backstage, Drew Gulak is heading down to the ring.
Gulak. Gallagher.
I guess Gulak.
Gulak. Drew Gulak.
Yeah, I said Gulak, didn't I?
No, you said Gallagher.
Oh, Drew Gulak, yeah.
Oh, this segment, yes. Now I'm part. Yes, it's jogging my memory.
Drew Gulak out to the ring as we see a recap of his segment with Breezango from last week, where Breezango arrests him for crimes of fashion and send him away.
I love Breezango.
So good. Gulak hops up on the announce table and says he's the man, though he's a man with ideas, and he does not back down. He talked about how awful fashion jail was and ponders the unspeakable things that were done there. He called out Akira Tozawa and his incessant chanting, the Tina Belcher. Gulak compares his plight on 205 Live to Galileo, and his idea will be proven right in due time. And he brings out his PowerPoint presentation. And I fucking love it because his PowerPoint presentation looks like the generic PowerPoints that they have, like the generic PowerPoint templates, complete with like, shitty, let's get that image from Google. I fucking love it.
You probably would have liked him during his CZW champ.
Oh yeah, no.
What was he in CCW?
Make it better. Gulak, when he was the champion, he had a thing where it was like, make a better CCW.
Mm-hmm.
Where he was like, we shouldn't just be like a hardcore wrestling promotion anymore. I want to change us for the better.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it was just a really good run. You probably would have.
I mean, I like this stuff. I like the stuff that are going because it's like, like that white meat, like, running for senator type of thing. I feel like a senator pissed off Vince McMahon, so that's why he's doing it like this.
I think it's the exact same thing he did in CW. This 205 thing, 205 live thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be cut and paste. I mean, his gimmick reminds me a lot of like Simon Dean and like Right to Censor kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Kind of. So it's basically the same thing.
So the matchup that he will be commentating over is Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar. Gulak calls
Alicia
Titus Worldwide
Fox.
garbage. Which, by the way, why the fuck was Titus not with Akira Tozawa? It's his client. I guess he's not. I guess he's too good for 205 Live. So he calls Titus Worldwide garbage, and Tozawa goes to work on Dar in the early stages of the match. Dar finally gets some offense in with a kick to Tozawa's knee. Tozawa counters a back suplex elbow, sends Dar out of the ring. Suicide dive by Tozawa tosses Dar back in for the quick pin, only gets the 2. Dar able to recover with a diving European uppercut as he continues to focus on Tozawa's leg. Tozawa able to drop Dar, climbs up to the top, and hits a senton splash, getting him the pinfall and the victory.
I love Tozawa.
I love Titus Worldwide.
No, I like Tozawa. In terms of this match, I thought it was dull. The crowd was absolutely silent. I haven't seen. I think this is like my first match that I've seen with Noam Dar.
He's young.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I don't know what other matches that he's had, but this is my first take of Noam Dar, and besides the Alicia Fox angle, but yeah, kind of dull to me. But yeah,
I'm disappointed with Titus Worldwide not getting pushed. I love that.
Yeah, but
I love it.
what did you expect?
I agree. Underwater Broku.
Yes, thank you. John.
Missable match. Shortly hyped with Tozawa. Tozawa. Like the crowd is silent. They got a little bit of reaction when Tozawa did his war cry, and the crowd went along with it.
Yeah, that's one of my
short-lived.
favorite things about Tozawa.
Yeah, I love the Tina ha war cry stuff. It's great. Post match, Tozawa taunts Gulak as he stares angrily back at Tozawa as Tozawa does his ha mockingly toward Gulak. I like Gulak. I like the gimmick for sure. Rich Swann versus. Oh wait, no. First off, back in the locker room, Rich Swann talks to TJ Perkins and TJ apologizes for how he acted. Last week, Swann went for a handshake after his match with TJ Perkins, and TJ kind of acted like a baby. And he wants to work things out with Swann, and Swann goes, "Yeah, man, we're still cool." TJ Perkins says that they have great chemistry in the ring, and they should keep it going. Swann doesn't think it's such a good idea with how tense things have gone between them. TJ wants to get one more match. Swann disagrees. A dejected TJ Perkins shakes hands with him, and Swann heads out to his ring for his match against
So is
Lince
TJP
Dorado.
like a heel or a tweener?
In this vignette, he is a tweener, but later on he becomes a shit-ass heel. I could see TJ Perkins being a very hateable person. Don't like his his cockadoodle rooster haircut.
Or his dad.
Yeah, or his
He's
dad.
the youngest old man in the wrestling.
He's just a dull fuck to me. I mean, with how he's portrayed here, he just comes off like a dull fuck. Very generic. He needs character.
He dabs and shit.
Yeah.
Talk about suicide like that.
I'll be back.
He just needs something for me. I can't get behind it. He like, even as a heel, he just fucking seems like a wet blanket, honestly. So, it's Rich Swann versus Lince Dorado. Or is it? Cameras cut back to Dorado laying on the ground from an attack. But who did it? Swann heads up the ramp to check on him, but TJ Perkins blasts him on the stage. TJ then rips out a piece of Swann's hair and yells, "You can't handle this!" TJ, with a kick to the stomach, he laughs and heads toward the back, then stops to get all serious and gives Swann a detonation kick before heading off for good. I don't care. I love Rich Swann, man.
Dude's gone.
He's got a great entrance strut and all that stuff. I love Rich Swann. I don't give a shit about
He's
DJ
the real deal.
Perkins.
I like Perkins.
You know what the best part about Rich Swann is? He's someone that actually is pulling off those fucking dance gimmicks.
Yeah, no, but he's
Definitely.
CZW and PWG.
He's kind of like a modern day Flash Funk. In terms of his gimmick.
I like him.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
like him. No, Rich Swann I think is one of my favorite people on the roster right
He's
now.
actually one of Johnny Gargano's best friends.
I
Ever
could see
since I
that.
saw him live, I've been convinced. Yeah.
So, what is our main event? Well, it's a face-off between Cruiserweight Champion Neville and Enzo Amore. Oh boy. More Enzo Amore. Neville heads out first. To kick off his promo, Neville hypes No Mercy. And the top two matches, Reigns versus Cena, Strowman and Lesnar. His laughable match against Enzo. He says there will be a comedy event as he attempts to take Enzo down, and says that Enzo isn't even on his level, and he's a stain on the mortal fabric of society, and someone who is not qualified to step into his world. The Guido Clown comes down as music hits, comes out with his shoulder taped up from Strowman's attack on Raw. Neville laughs and brings up Strowman's attack, saying he should probably just stay at home, recover, instead of his dancing like a chicken. He mocks Enzo for his dance. Holy shit! Fuck that! Fuck that! Neville's better than fucking one-liners like that, but probably was written for him to say.
I think Neville shined it.
He actually, and I hate to say it, I fucking hate to say it, the Guido Clown put up a decent promo.
What? Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, his
I
promo
think
was good,
I
but
think Enzo's promo on him was better because all Neville had was dancing like a chicken, and Enzo actually like brought out some one-liners like haterade and all that stuff. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but he cut a better promo than Neville.
Do I think I care?
Of course he did. Neville can't speak.
Neville went fucking Triple H. He's like, treat me like a game, and I'll show you how it's played. It's like, oh, whoa, okay. Is my time gonna play in the background?
Yeah. All right.
Neville spoke to me.
Neville responds that he is the most formidable cruiserweight on Earth, and that he's better in every way conceivable. Enzo says that he agrees. He can't match.
Kushida. Will Ospreay. Ricochet.
Alright, we get it.
Bryan.
We get it.
Desperado.
We get it. Neville's good though.
What'd you say, Broku?
Desperado. Because he's actually
Dragon Lee.
Shut up. Enzo says that he agrees that he can't match up with him in the ring.
Party girl.
But he says that he just proves his point about Neville's jealousy, and that he is twice the superstar that Neville is. Enzo then runs down all of his achievements: selling more merch, being on Miz TV, hanging out with Drake on the weekend. That's literally how he says it. Hangs out with Drake on the weekend. Great job. Crowd is not really popping at all for Enzo, marked out for this, as he continues on calling Neville a big fish in a small pond. Neville decides that he's not going to make this quick, and that he doesn't care about being a superstar or selling merch. None of that stuff matters, lad. You can't fight. He says that all of his cheating tactics won't help him, and the best he can hope for is survival on Sunday. Endo says Neville is right. None of those tactics will help him win the championship on Sunday, but it's not Sunday. And then the babyface kicks Neville in the balls. and the crowd's reaction was mixed at best as he leaves the ring as Neville glares at him in the ring. And poor Neville had to sell this nut shot like he pissed
were
his
booing
fucking
Enzo.
pants. Yeah, because
100%.
fuck Enzo. He's a piece of shit.
No, because he keeps doing these heel things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's
Neville's-
booked as a babyface. But you're not a
Neville's going in as a
babyface,
face.
boy. You're a piece of shit.
Neville's going in as the face now.
I don't know, dude. I think Enzo's still the face in all this.
All these cheap tactics are.
I don't like Kenzo. Kenzo's boring.
No, Enzo's a piece of shit. I hate him. So now
Finally.
we are going to take a hot cup of NXT Java. Live from Full Sail University, it's NXT.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they weren't very good. Kick off with a match between Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, versus Tito
Johnny Wrestling. Not Mr. Wrestling.
Fine! What
Johnny
you said.
Mr.
versus-
Wrestling's Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you're right. Johnny Wrestling, then. How about that? That's what they call him, so.
Yeah, Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah. Johnny Gargano versus Tino Sabatelli, accompanied by Riddick Moss. Last
Who the
Gargano.
fuck are these guys?
Tino Sabatelli was on Breaking Ground as like a guy. It's like he had like an injury, and it's like they're basically like a tag team that they kind of remind me of the Legacy, but they don't have like the angle
The
of,
Legacy?
like, yeah,
They're the Legacy without the Legacy.
exactly.
So, what are they?
Well, basically, Roydy.
I'm
Magoo-
joking.
Yeah.
Go on.
They're Roydy Magoo's with money, I guess. Last week, Gargano just barely beat Sabatelli's tag partner Riddick Moss in his one-on-one match last week. And after his matchup with Moss, Sabatelli issued his own challenge to go up against Gargano, and here we go. By the way, in this vignette of backstage, I don't know if Moss is embarrassed of his teeth. Because he looked like he had a fucking gummy mouth. It looked like he literally was trying to pucker his lips into his mouth so no one could see his teeth. Like, Moss looked like a fucking fish in this backstage interview. I don't know, he just looked fucking stupid. So, Sabatelli versus Gargano. Sabatelli forces Gargano into the corner and almost gives him a sportsman-like clean break, but instead decides to smush Gargano's face. Sabatelli continues to antagonize Gargano by shoving him into the ropes, but Gargano had enough and explodes off the ropes and delivers a savage knife-edge chop to Sabatelli. Sabatelli gets Gargano with a crisp-looking dropkick, but takes back control of the match, throwing Gargano and applying a camel clutch. Gargano fights back and goes for a springboard, but gets caught and driven to the mat into a vicious power slam. Sabatelli continues.
Oh, that was him going for taking it to the streets.
Holy shit! Your mic went up bar level.
Yeah, that was him going for taking it to the streets. His slingshot DDT.
Oh yeah, that's why. Sabatelli continues to insult Gargano, calling him the weak link and screaming that he's got nothing. But Gargano hits him with a super kick to silence his big mouth and applies the Gargano escape, making Sabatelli tap out. Quick match.
It was just a squash match.
Yeah.
They're kind of just squashing people to get Gargano ready.
Riddick Moss had like a way longer match, and they actually played off the angle of like Gargano couldn't win, and he almost had like this look of like, oh man, have I really lost it ever since I lost my tag partner? And that was the angle.
And he was
that they
like,
were pushing.
no.
Yeah, that was
Of
the angle they were
course
pushing
not.
last week.
I'm a shonen protagonist.
Yeah. That was the stuff they were pulling last week. This week it's just like, I'm just gonna fucking squash Sabatelli.
Yeah, Sabatelli was. I mean, he's
Yeah.
athletic and he's buff.
They're
so of
Roydy
course-
Magoos. That's why they're there. They're Roydy Magoos.
Well, who knows,
until
dude? They might
otherwise
end up
noted.
like the Dubstep Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, only time so. It's alright.
Remember when Murphy and Blake won the tag team titles? Everyone Why?
Yeah. So Gargano has now single-handedly taken down both Moss and Sabatelli, and hopefully gives himself a much-needed boost of confidence. Backstage, William Regal, in the middle of regaling a cameraman with a wrestling tale from his past, but gets himself an unexpected knock on the door. It's Roderick Strong. I don't know why I was going to say Riddick Strong. It's
Roderick.
Yeah.
Roddy.
Requesting he gets his well-earned title shot against Drew McIntyre, and William Regal agrees. So in 2 weeks, Strong will go up against McIntyre for the NXT Championship. Not familiar with Roderick Strong that much.
Yes, you are. Remember we saw that match?
Yeah,
with him?
Evolve, and I was like, all right, I'm with Roderick Strong. You're right.
Yeah, he's the new what's his name?
Dean Malenko? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the new Dean Malenko.
He's the new Iceman.
Dean Malenko 2.0.
Ever wonder why Asuka never locked up with Sonya Deville? Yeah, me neither. Well, according to Deville...
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's some woman. Well, according to Deville, it's because Asuka knew she'd lose it to her. So put...
Who the fuck are you?
I don't know, man, but put your hair up and square up, because she wants her claim to fame at the NXT Championship. Next up, it's Miss NXT, right? I think that's what she goes by. It's Lacey Evans. Yeah, versus Bianca Belair. Lock up and hard shove start this one off. Bianca applies a waistlock takedown to bring Evans down to the mat. Bianca showing off her athletic ability by front cartwheeling away from Evans, but Evans responds with a kick to the gut and a leg sweep to get Belair off her feet. Belair gets back on the offensive and applies an elevated double chicken wang to Evans, driving her down face first into the canvas. Belair locks Evans in the ropes, but Evans fights back against her and sweeps Belair off her feet once again and lands a springboard elbow drop. Belair
Which was really crisp.
No, it looks pretty good. Belair with a modified snap suplex and stomps a mud hole in her in the corner. Palm strike and clothesline from Evans to get her back onto the offensive side of things, and hits Belair with a sweet handstand Bronco Buster to the corner. I liked it. Swinging neck breaker into lateral press, but all this only gets her the 2 count. Time for Belair to resort to her lethal weapon. Bianca whips the shit out of Evans' back leg, leaving...
Dear God, what a fucking gimmick. I like that. I
love it. It's so good. It takes
I don't
her
like
down
the
the knee and
tattoos though. They're
crying
really
in agony.
stupid.
Wait, what?
I don't like Belair's tattoos though. All the kisses on her back and stuff. They're really annoying and stupid looking.
Yeah, even her entrance is very Barbie, and it should be more vicious, kind of like more.
Yeah, she's a buck,
more
scary woman.
Leaves her crying in agony after the vicious hair whips. Belair capitalizes with a reverse powerbomb and gets the 3 count. Belair is your winner. Slow-paced ground matchup. Belair can really go, but Evans...
They're really green, but the match was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Haven't been wrestling
Lacey
very
Evans,
long.
she's a veteran. She's very old. Slow, methodical pace.
They've only been wrestling for about a year each.
Oh yeah, I mean she's like a veteran in terms. Like I don't know why I use the word veteran. She's just old.
She's not old either.
Is she not? She looks it.
She's in like her early 30s.
Ah, shouldn't look like that.
Bianca's like 28.
Yeah, Bianca's. Wait, really? I thought it was a little longer.
No.
No. Both showed some great offensive. Belair still looking great with both her athletic movements and her sheer raw power. As I said, Belair could use a better ring strut. I mean, I like the I like the rotating display thing that she does, but that doesn't fit her.
I like her arrogance.
Yeah, she needs something that's better for her, but.
I like how she laughs every time she whips somebody.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said, it's like her entrance music is good. Her just ring strut,
I can't wait
twirling of the hair
till
just doesn't
she
fit her.
eventually gets her hair cut off in some sort of loser shaves their head match.
That's probably what it's leading to, isn't it? Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually. Oh my God! Here we go. Aleister Black breaks his silence and finally speaks to the NXT universe for the very first time.
I just want you to know that he's Dutch, but because he's Norwegian, it actually...
You cut off yet again. What did you say?
He's Dutch.
Yeah, but because he's
but
Norwegian.
He speaks really good English.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest,
Swedish people.
as a joke, I was like, he's gonna have an unfitting voice that isn't deep. And while it wasn't as comical as I thought, it still didn't fit the motif that he has. I think they should have just kept him silent. But I guess he would have to speak eventually. But yeah.
I like him. I like him a lot. I think
No, I like the gimmick. Even the stupid
he has such a high potential for me. Him, Almas, and the Undisputed Era. They all have very high potential for me.
Black has had sweet dreams of NXT. Who are any of us to disagree? He's traveled the indies and the MMA scene. Now a man who's looking for something. Aleister
Was
says...
that supposed to be a Sweet Dreams by
Yes, it was. It was.
That was
Aleister
not good.
Thank you. Fuck off. I tried my best, goddammit. Aleister says his 15-year journey has left his body scarred with past experiences. And with those scars, he has become someone else. He has become something else. Before we could continue about how many have failed NXT, that's a little joke too for all you Arrow fans, maybe one of you. He's interrupted by the Velveteen Dream.
Patrick Clark.
Oh my god, this boy. He is a potential boy. Wow, everything fades to black. Will eventually come into the light, says the
I like how
Velveteen
he's
Dream.
like Orlando Jordan and TNA mixed.
You cut off again, mixed with
Prince.
After walking through such darkness, he would inevitably be blinded by the light that is the Velveteen Dream. Dream says that he don't see any scars. Rather, he sees a man in pain, with scribbles of lies around his body. The Dream says Black is afraid of the light and sees the heart within the black, and reaches out only to have his mic spin kicked out of his hand. Black, being the boss that he is, sits down in the ring, and the Dream drops to his knees and slithers out, keeping his eyes locked on Black. Wow! This was the best fucking promo in wrestling I've seen in a long ass time, man.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit.
Give
Give me
Jimmy
1
Jacobs.
second.
That's Jimmy Jacobs for you.
Okay? I'm doing a podcast, so you gotta give me a second. Sorry, go on.
That's Jimmy Jacobs for you. Great writer.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah, like really good stuff. Great.
Where's Broku?
I have no clue. He was saying something, I thought. But...
No clue, Broku.
I was just being polite. I wanted to finish this whole promo thing between Black and Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, fantastic promo, clashing personalities between these two. Perfect story of light and dark with some of that sensual tension by the Velveteen Dream. Everything just came off great. Fucking can't wait for this feud to go off. This seems like it's going to be a good one, for sure. Fucking great stuff.
Oh, and somehow Leo Rush will be inserted into it because he got attacked last week.
Next up,
Velveteen Dream.
Dakota Kai stakes her own claims at the NXT Women's title. And the captain
I don't
team...
care for her.
I don't care either. She is the new Bayley, and I don't care. And the captain of Team Kick is not afraid to kick all the other competitors' heads in for her stake at the championship. Alright. Next up is No Way Jose versus Lars Sullivan. No Way Jose reminds me a lot of Carlito in a way, kind of.
Yeah, but I like him. I don't mind No Way Jose. Well, no, Carlito was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I don't know. He just has his way of speaking that's kind of similar to Carlito in a way.
I mean, he doesn't have an accent.
No, in terms of his promos, that's what I mean. I guess. He's just missing the apple and the not cool man.
I like No Way Jose though.
So it's Lars Sullivan versus No Way Jose. Lars Sullivan has been beating the shit out of No Way Jose as of late, being the resident monster of NXT. Kick off the match, Jose starts to unload his frustration over the past couple of weeks onto Sullivan. But Sullivan no-sells a crossbody from Jose and starts to drive his knees into Jose's gut. Sullivan throws Jose out to ringside and plants him face first onto the ring post. Bringing it back into the ring, Sullivan drives clotheslines into Jose, who is in the corner, and applies a headlock in the middle of the ring. Jose begins to fight back against the Beast with a rear chin lock, holding onto the back of Sullivan for dear life, only to be driven back first into the turnbuckle. Sullivan rams Jose down with a shoulder tackle and ascends to the top rope like King Kong. Sullivan, being the gorilla man that he is, drives his thick head into Jose with a diving headbutt. Puts an end to his mayhem by putting Jose into a modified
Uranagi.
I was almost not going to pronounce that. Thank you for saving me. He puts him in a modified Uranagi suplex and picks up the victory. Pretty good match. It's a squash. I really like Lars Sullivan. I like.
It's a different type of squash, though. It's one of those. He's not fighting John.
He's not fighting.
Some
He
sort
cut
of
off
name.
again.
He's fighting someone with some sort of name, so it's a different type of squash.
Yeah, and also they had a little bit build up to their match too, because it dates back all the way from
Takeover.
Takeover, yeah,
Takeover.
There it is.
I like Lars.
Lars looks really cool. They should kind of go with the gorilla motif though, because I like the whole and it looks like King Kong's ascending up the
King
city.
Kong Bundy.
Yeah, King Kong Sullivan. So, yeah, I liked it. Very enjoyable. And whoa, it's already time for your main event. It's Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven versus your boys, Red Dragon of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, accompanied by
Our
Adam
boys.
Cole Baby. They still
It's
have to
our boys.
Well,
Broku and I both love Red
Okay,
Dragon
sorry.
a lot.
right.
My cousin Kyle.
My God, their theme sucks compared to their Ring of Honor theme.
The Ring of Honor theme's literally just douchey MMA.
And New Japan theme.
What's that shit that it begins with, though? No. There's words in the beginning which like fractured in the system or something.
I have no idea.
No, I don't like their theme. That's my first notes for it. O'Reilly and Bates started off with O'Reilly locking in an armbar, only to have Bates get out and deliver a drop kick. Tag to 7 as Bates heads up his shoulders and hits Riley with a senton. O'Reilly gets Fish in, only for him to be sent flying to the outside.
Quick sidebar.
Yes.
Tyler Bate is like 20 years old.
Yes, he is a very young boy.
But he's so good.
Yeah, he has a lot of potential. He's really good. I like Tyler
Yeah,
Bate.
for someone who's fucking 20, it's like him. Like, I don't know
And
what
only
it is
2
about
years
him.
only 2 years on the wrestling circuit.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know what it is about people like Tyler Bate, but they just somehow get it.
They just have it.
understand.
They have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Him and
No.
Tony Storm, man.
No, great. He definitely fucking love Trent. Not Trent. Well, Trent's good too, but Tyler Bate's really good. 7
Yeah,
goes.
British strong style.
Yeah. 7 goes for a dive to the outside, but Riley gets in the way and gives Fish the distraction to attack 7 from behind. Clinching knees, followed by an outside to inside senton, but only gives Fish the 2 count.
I
on
love
7.
that slingshot that Tony does.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. O'Reilly gets back in, starting it off with a double suplex, with Fish followed up by a double arm breaker and a dual kick to the chest of the beard-bellied 7. Arm breakers are the name of the game for O'Reilly in this match, for sure.
Yes, he's very MMA based.
Oh yeah, you could see that. 7 fights back with some chops and follows it up with a vicious DDT. Looked fucking sick. 7 has a really good DDT.
Yes, he does.
O'Reilly starts to pick apart Bates from the outside, knocking him off the apron, and comes back in as a legal man to hit 7 with seated palm strikes. Goes for another arm breaker, but 7 manages to escape, only to be kicked to the outside. Spear by Fish to 7 into the barricade on the outside as Cole distracts the ref. 7 escapes a fireman carry by Fish and makes a hot tag to Bates, who does his usual flippy dippy into the ring. Top rope back elbow followed by a deadlifting German suplex to Riley, but Riley counters it, sending Bates into the corner and charges at Bates, only to get caught in the midair and get tossed across the ring by a massive suplex. Bates follows that up with a running shooting star press, and 7 comes in blasting O'Reilly with a power bomb / neck breaker combo. Fucking looked awesome as a team finisher. Also complete with bridge, but it's not enough to give him the pinfall. Bates goes for the Tyler driver, but Riley reverses it into 97, right? But Riley reverses it into a guillotine choke and locks it in tight. I fucking loved it. I liked the guillotine choke. His facial expressions in it were really good too.
Yeah, he's
very
really
expressive. I like his expressions because like there's not enough people that like are expressive in the ring, but O'Reilly's very expressive with his stuff. I like that. Bates tries to what the fuck did I write here? Oh, I guess deadlift maybe? Anyway, Bates powers through and puts the guillotine into a suplex, but Fish takes out one of the legs of Bates, and the two hit the chasing the dragon.
Yes.
Boot Bates just barely gets his foot on the bottom rope to break the pinfall. 7 gets back,
which I'm sad about. I'm sad that they're no longer going to be using.
Wait, why not?
It's not their finisher anymore.
Oh, is it? Hold on, give me a second.
You'll see. Yes, it is.
Yeah. 7 gets back in looking for blood, chopping both dragons down to size, and tries a dragon suplex to put away Riley, but gets it reversed into a cross arm breaker once more. But 7 has his own submission to apply and is able to reverse the hold into a single leg crab. Fish comes in for the save, kicking 7 in the back of the head as Cole lays out Bates with a super kick to a distracted ref. And the 2 members of Red Dragon lay Trent out with total elimination and pick up another victory, making it their 3rd, I believe. Right?
I believe so.
I believe.
They've just been laying out everybody.
I thought that Mustache Mountain had a better showing, but then again, their Red Dragon is very technical and very
the name of the game of this match was Strike Big. Yeah. And it was a very good match.
No, it was a great match. It just like I like the stuff from Mustache Mountain more, but then again, like I said, I like that aerial type of power slammy type of stuff. You're a mark for more of the technical stuff, and like they had hard hitting offensive Red Dragon too.
I really like Red Dragon. I think
Red Dragon's great. I think Mustache Mountain looked awesome. Fish and Riley looked really vicious. They had the little heel thing with like Adam Cole being a distraction and with the super kick debates. And it's also just great to see the UK boys more on NXT, especially in the main event.
Yeah, this is what, 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, and the fucking match last week between Wolfgang and the Bruiserweight was fucking great too. All 3 celebrate in the ring, but are greeted by the NXT champion Drew McIntyre, who heads in to deliver some payback for the beatdown he received at TakeOver Brooklyn, but the three scurry away as the three are yucking it up and trash talking from a safe distance. Sanity lays waste to the three members and delivers. What?
Go on.
Oh. They lay waste and deliver a beatdown, a well-deserved beatdown, as they haven't gotten their comeuppance in a while. And the three scurry away defeated as the show fades to a close.
It was a fun hour. It was a very fun hour.
No, NXT, there's a reason why everyone loves NXT. Because it is a great show. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It has great hot talent, diversified talent, and all good shit. And there's a reason why it's great. But you know what's not great? What's not great is sitting through Impact.
911 operator, what's your emergency?
Help me, they're in my suicide. Come alive. Take the pain from all who just can't see the light. Dark savior, he can save you. Take your nail and be the one they crucify. Suicide comes alive.
Oh, by the way,
Go on.
I'm gonna eat. So thank you very much for having me on the podcast.
Hold on. You're not gonna sit through this TNA crap?
No, I'm fucking hungry.
I'm pretty hungry as well, and nothing happened in New Japan, so you know.
Wow, you guys suck.
not.
Alright, go leave the podcast. I'll continue it. No, seriously, fuck all of you. Alright. As soon as all your shit's out of the way and TNA comes through, you're fucking long gone, aren't you?
No, this should definitely be a part of the podcast.
It really should. Like,
Sad, lonely DJ.
Alright,
Talks
and we
about
won't talk
Impact.
and we don't talk about any of the news, so alright, fuck off all of you. It's fine.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
later, my dude.
Wow, okay. I guess I'm here alone to talk about Impact. Whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I do care. I'm very hurt. Live from Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. I can't believe they fucking left. What pieces of shit. Wow. Okay, so live from Universal Studios, it is Impact Wrestling. I missed the first 18 minutes of this show. It included Johnny Impact looking for Elijah Drake, a theme that will be happening a lot in this show. Excuse me. Not excuse me. It's NXT. No, it's Impact. I'm getting everything mixed up. Johnny Impact wrestled KM. Don't know who the fuck KM is. But I was able to catch what was next. There was a vignette for Taya Valkyrie, who had made her in-ring wrestling debut on Impact last week. She faced Ava Story, who I'm only assuming is a jobber, and by God, she jobbed out because Valkyrie made it clear that she's not here to make friends. She's here to be the Knockout Champion, and hits her finisher, the Road to Valhalla, which is actually a pretty good finisher name, and gets the 3 count for this short squash match. Very forgettable. It was used to make Tyler Valkyrie look strong. Tyler Valkyrie gets on the mic telling everyone the Lucha Queen has arrived and tells the Knockout Champion not to waste her time. Sorry, my pages were stuck together. Rosemary, this creepy knockout, walks to the ring. Rosemary says that the Hive thinks it's funny that Valkyrie thinks that she deserves a title shot before her. The she-skunk, or Sienna, she's referring to, knows she can't defeat Rosemary without the help of the Mad Bride, which she's referring to as LVN, or her speed bump of a cousin, Oh Snaps, slowly turns and looks at KM. Rosemary says, if anyone deserves a shot, it's Rosemary. And Valkyrie and Rosemary start a schmoz in the ring, and all the knockouts start to flurry into the ring. Taryn Terrell, yes, comes running in and attacks Allie. Sienna lines up and takes her shot at 2. And Gail Kim comes in and makes the save. And they all schmoz in the ring for a little bit. I don't know what's happening, because half the time it's all fast-paced bullshit that's not explained. OVE heads over to LAX's usual stomping ground of booze and strippers, and a snitch informs Conan of their arrival. Conan tells them to give him some strippers and send them to the VIP room so LAX can greet them properly. OVE is seen grinding on girls and is brought to the VIP room, and they are confronted, of course, by LAX. During the segment, Grotto working in the events. Oh, yeah, that's it. Harsh words are thrown between the two, and LAX, I think, challenge OVE to a GFW title match. I think. I don't know, really. A touching new edition of the Impact knockoff of WWE Breaking Ground is shown, showing wrestlers competing for a GFW contract. Wait, they don't have to hand those out, do they? I mean, can't you just get one off the street? Weird. Next match up is Pagano and El Hijo del Fantasma versus EC3 and Eddie Edwards. Yeah. Phantasma misses a double foot stomp off the top. Edwards lands a fireman carry into a facebuster. Edwards tags in EC3, who stomps out Phantasma. EC3 traps Phantasma into the corner and stomps a mud hole in him. EC3 pulls Pagano out of the ring and stomps on him as well. Phantasma puts the boots of EC3 onto the face of him. EC3 manages to surprise Pagano with the TK3, and EC3 tags in Eddie Edwards, who cleans house as Edwards hits the backpack stunner on Phantasma. Pagano kicks Edwards in the face. Edwards hits the blue thunder bomb, but the referee is distracted by EC3 on the outside unintentionally, and Texano Jr. hits the ring and powerbombs Eddie Edwards. Phantasma gets the pin and the 3 count, making your winners Pagano and Phantasma. EC3 has a cool, cocky-looking entrance, and he fucking comes down with the degrading of the title as he drags it down the ramp and literally throws it to the side like it was fucking nothing. Way to bring prestige to your title by treating it like a piece of shit. Really classy. Really classy. But the title is shit anyway because that's that stupid stipulation of the rounds and all that stuff. I thought there was a vicious looking enziguri by Phantasma. Eddie sold it great. EC3 had some shitty ground punches during the match. It just... I don't like EC3. I think he sucks, honestly. And until otherwise noted, he will always suck to me. Post-match, AAA contingents beat down Edwards and EC3, but James Storm comes to the save for some reason, and Storm shakes Edwards' hands, and Storm gets in EC3's face, and then they just walk away. Nothing was explained here, and I love it. Gotta love that Impact commentary. Always helpful. Backstage vignettes. Gail Kim, Rosemary, with her follower Allie, go on about breaking Sienna, Valkyrie, and Tiara apart. Rosemary definitely creeper for sure. I'm kind of actually interested in her gimmick. I'd be willing to research a little more and see more from her. There was also a little bit of a backstage, not backstage, a vignette about where the hell do I have that? It's around here somewhere. Give me a second. Oh yeah, a vignette of Grotto during his first gymnasium show under the new work visa given to him by Park, and Parker Associates. Making that fanny pack full money dollar. I still kind of like that storyline. It's funny and entertaining. Johnny Impact still looking for Eli Drake and crumbs across Tiano, Fantasma, and Picano. He asks if they've seen him, and Tiano gets in Johnny's face, saying, "I don't like you. My AAA guys don't like you either, ese. We don't want you in our country. Fuck you." And Johnny responds by stupidly putting up his number one contender spot shot on the line against Tiano tonight on Impact. Okay, sure. You could do that, you idiot. Next up is Congo Kong versus Shira. Congo Kong looks like Umaga and Kamala combined into a shittier monster heel. My god, Congo looks and moves like shit in the ring. Shira delivers shitty running blows to Congo Kong as Congo no-sells and throws Shira down to the mat. Congo hits Shira with a clothesline and goes for a foot pin, but no-go for the pin. Shira tries to body slam, but it's a no-go. He's too heavy for Shira to lift. Shira delivers crossbodies to Congo in the corner and hits a springboard something to knock Congo down. Congo hits Shira with a headbutt, then a cannonball that looks like he almost went flying out the ring because he hit it so hard. And also because the six-sided ring looks like shit. Congo goes up to the top and delivers a splash and gets the victory. Shitty powerful monster dominating other kind of match. Congo kind of looks stupid compared to all the other monster heels that have come before him. I don't give a shit. That's the name of the story for tonight. Me not giving a shit and nothing coming to invest me. Because if nothing's explained correctly and everything's going a mile a minute and the wrestling looks like shit, why should I care, Impact Wrestling? Why should I care? Ah, boy. Eli Drake cuts a promo from Mexico, complete with loud music and stock sound effects, saying, "No one's taking this title away from me." Just because you have zoom in edits and special sound effects, don't make your promos any better, dude. Weak sauce. Moose is in the back talking about his clash with Lashley from last week. Moose cuts a very fucking dull promo on Lashley, calling him a coward and hoping he shows himself to be a better man. Seriously, Moose looked like he had that look on his face where it's like, I'm just here for the paycheck, man. Moose did not look like he gave two shits. Next up, Texano Jr. versus Johnny Impact for the number one contender spot for the GFW Championship. Texano with a hard left to Johnny, and Johnny responds by taking Texano down to the mat with a tackle. Johnny hits Texano with a trifecta of spinning neck breakers that looked pretty great. Johnny goes for the Starship Pain, but Texano gets out of the way. Texano delivers a savage-looking enziguri to the top rope, perched Johnny that sends him flying down ringside. Texano throws Johnny into the barricade, then into the steel steps. Texano locks a reverse figure 4 leg lock onto Johnny and Johnny breaks it up by grabbing the ropes. Johnny delivers a springboard moonsault to Texano onto the outside, but lands on his ankle, making him injured. Will he win? The two exchange blows against one another, and as Texano continues to drop F-bombs all across the building. Texano delivers a combination of chops and clotheslines to Johnny. I actually like the combo between them. Like, the transition was fast too. It looked good. Johnny hits a sliding German suplex followed by the Starship Pain and gets the victory. Match is alright. Johnny Impact is always the best part of these Impact shows. He's just talented. Who would have thunk it? It's amazing when you put people that are actually talented in the ring besides jobbers and people that suck at ring work. It's amazing what happens when you do that. I feel like he and Texano have had better matches in different promos. Hell, they probably had a good match in Lucha Underground. I don't think they've... I haven't watched enough Lucha Underground to see them clash, but they probably have, I'm assuming. But yeah, it was fine. Best match of the night, so... But then again, that's not saying much because I've been served shit with a spoon all night. Karen Jarrett gets approached by Valkyrie, Sienna, and Tara, and they ask for a 6-women tag match at Victory Road between them, Rosemary, Gail Kim, and Allie, and Karen Jarrett agrees and then kicks them out of her office. And we cut to a crazed woman with smudged makeup in the crowd looking for a man. I don't know what context this has, but sure. Finishing off with your main event. That isn't live, that was pre-taped by another promotion. Because better things happen in places other than the Impact Zone. It's Eli Drake versus Bronze. There it is. In a AAA arena for a AAA match, I guess, and he's putting with the GFW Championship on the line. I guess they're showing the full match because sometimes they just do little snippets of the matches, but no, this is a full match. Eli with vicious clothesline sends Bronze spinning and falling to the mat. Bronze hops onto the top rope, goes for a springboard flip, gets caught by Eli, who then transitions it into a suplex, but Bronson gets out of the pinfall that is brought after. Eli slingshots Bronson's neck into the bottom rope. Eli catches Bronze as he runs toward him, flings him up, catches him, slams him down with a power slam. Eli catches Bronson again and delivers the Gravy Train finish for the win. The thing that I took from this match is I would want to see more of Bronze, who is probably not a part of Impact and is part of the promotion. I would like to see more of him than the GFW champion Eli Drake. That's what I get from Impact. And it's all shit. Impact. The wet blanket of the week. So, I guess we can get into some news. So, without further delay, let us end this podcast by breaking down the news. Let's see what we got on the docket here. Chris Jericho announces Ring of Honor tournament, and he said it is set to take place on his cruise in 2018. Chris Jericho's upcoming cruise in late 2018 traveled throughout the wrestling community. Now fans have yet another reason to attend. Ring of Honor will present a Rock in Wrestling Ragger with an onboard tournament. That's kind of cool. The winner of the competition will receive a future shot at the ROH World Championship, making this a can't-miss event. If you want to purchase tickets to the cruise, you can do so on the thing. That's cool. That's cool for Chris Jericho to do. And that's a cool venue, too, to actually have a match. I hope they tape it, because that's having matches on a ship, on a cruise, that's actually fucking awesome. Because they haven't done that since Yokozuna and Lex Luger, right? Yeah. That's fucking sweet. What else we got here? Das Wunderkid, Alex Wright, talks on what led to the demise of WCW. Oh, this is just WrestleZone. Well, let's see what he had to say. Alex Wright says the reason why is, and I quote, "They just missed out investing in their own future because the young guys are the future of the business. You have to find a mix. I'm a promoter now, and guys go and new guys come, but you have to find a mix. When WCW got really successful and started Nitro, and all of that started, the cruiserweights, all that stuff, not only the big names, you have to have all that stuff. They brought in names like Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho, and me. You know, all the Goes guys. We had a different fan base than WWE. At first it was good. When I began WCW, there were like 25 guys under contract. At the end, there were like 250 guys under contract. Many of those guys never saw any shows at all, so they got paid for nothing." Yeah, basic WCW fodder. Flow Slams is refusing to broadcast Evolve 92 tonight. Evolve Booker Gabe Sapolsky tweeted the following out earlier tonight, announcing that Flow Slam refused to stream Evolve 92 on iPay-per-view tonight. Gabe says, "Flow Slam is refusing to broadcast the Evolve event. We apologize, but this is their decision. Please contact them for customer issues." As it's been recorded, Flow Sports is currently suing WWN Live, the parent company of Evolve. So that is probably why. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that sucks. What else here? Bellator returned to 2018. No thank you. Confirmed matches for PWG All-Star Weekend. Eli Drake defends his AAA. Steve Austin talks about the Purple Scroll Challenge. Oh, I guess. Oh, this is interesting. AJ Styles is writing a comic book about his WWE debut. What? CBS Sports Brian Campbell is exclusively reporting AJ Styles has authored an upcoming issue of Boom Studios WWE comic book. Oh, it's their fucking WWE comic book. Styles comments on his WWE debut being kept a secret and retelling the story in comic form. "This is such an important night in my career. I think you can get what I kind of went through during the day and what took place and how I felt. It was pretty unbelievable that day. Not many people have a debut like that. I hadn't had the debut like I had in WWE, so we are just going to take them down the road on this emotional roller coaster. Very cool and exciting road." Styles says his best rival in WWE has been John Cena so far. Also, Paige says that she will be coming back. The following video features Kathy Kelly commenting on Paige's WWE. No, that's just a video. I don't want to fucking see you. Sasha Banks wants time off. Let's see why. She was asked if she ever felt like taking time off. She responds, "Honestly, sometimes, like a week like this, we just got back from Australia yesterday, and every single day we had a flight. There's a time difference, and then you come back here, and you're like, what day is it? Plus, I haven't been home since the hurricane, so I'm just like, I want a week off. I miss my house. I need to catch up on time and sleep." Aw, poor Sasha. Did I really do anything with her either? She also talks about missing the Mae Young Classic. She says, "I was disappointed in that situation I was disappointed in that situation. I wasn't disappointed in that situation at all. I was more disappointed that I didn't get to come out and support these women who've had a dream like I had. I felt like I was part of something so special, making this happen with a bunch of women who came before me. To have an all-women classic, it just gave me goosebumps. I cried when I found out I couldn't be a part of it. I was over in Australia during a PR tour. I had Bailey FaceTiming, and I felt this missing hole. I had to be there, then finding out I couldn't go to Las Vegas because I had to go to Australia for an actual tour. I'm like, what's going on in this universe? Oh, poor Banks. That sucks. It sounds like she's getting the short end of the straw. Johnny Impact talks about Lucha Underground's future and signing with GFW. Johnny says that he's very confident that there's going to be another season of Lucha Underground. The factor that went into my decision in going to Impact was really that I felt like it was a great opportunity for me to get to do everything Impact, Lucha, AAA, and it doesn't feel like I'm really giving up anything. Lucha Underground was a hiatus for so long. I haven't been doing any new wrestling for a TV show in over a year because they can't do anything else if they're under contract. Feeling a little antsy in the pantsies. Okay. But he says he's confident in a new season, which has not been reported yet. Interesting. Batista and Stallone are going to star in Escape Plan 3 Devil's Station. Oh boy. That sounds cool. Yeah, that pretty much seems like it's about it for all the news. So I'm going to bring this 3-hour show to a close. Thank you to Jake, Broku, and Cognitive before he fucking fell asleep for coming on the show. Thank you for abandoning me as soon as I started to talk about Impact. Really great, guys. I love you. If you're listening to this, I love you. And that's going to be about it for Lariat Latte Episode 2. I want to say that I don't know if I want to make this an every week show. I may be making it a every other week show. I'm not sure yet. I will let you guys know about that. But if you don't see a show next week, that is because we are making it an every other week show. So, thank you all for tuning in. And dig it.